Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of the Lodge at Endsmeet. Before anything else, let's go ahead and get a recap going of what happened last time.
Okay, I'm me. I can do it.
Go for it.
Uh, okay, so last session we picked up after the goblin battle. Already mended the cart. Claudia calmed down the horses, and already found the following loot: a creepy eyeless cracked porcelain doll that he immediately wanted to turn into a bomb. A gem of brightness that was hidden in a glowing, uh, a goblin trick, he said sagely. The keywords for the gem are ouch, which assume means bright. These are all in goblin. The second turn is turn it off, and the third one is ha ha. And then he found some platinum, some gold, some rubies, a bunch of like various gems, and a peg leg. Uh, Tess asked Seeker what was up with the black fire that crucified one of the goblins, and he was like, "It's magic," and kind of like wouldn't tell her what was going on there. And then Cal chastised Tess for asking so many questions, which made Tess a little bit suspicious. Already distributed the gold and the gems, like also to Ori, which she appreciated and has kind of like a symbol of their bonding. Um, Tess did not trust that doll and cast Remove Cursed on it to no effect, and Jamino was like, "LOL, you're paranoid." Um, and Ori Ori said this really wise thing, which was sometimes we think we're cursed when we're really just oppressed.
Sure.
That Cal seemed to like. And let's see. Ori also cast Comprehend Languages on Artie's notes, which was brilliant. Um, let's see. Cal and Ori talked a little bit about kind of being from like up the kind of general area of up north, and there was a little conversation between Cal and Velen about the College of Seven Songs, and kind of we learned a little bit about how Velen sort of like didn't like to is well educated but kind of had to be bribed with music into doing all of her other lessons. Um, and Ori made a little comment of to Seeker of because Seeker I can't Seeker said something that was kind of that was like, he doesn't say very much, but he said something that was like wise and appropriate, and Ori was like, yes, he's wise. Funny how wise he is with so little nutrition, because Seeker is still not eating anything that Ori makes. Which Claudia actually talked to him about that later, because they went hunting when we made camp and they got a doe. And
A deer.
Claudia,
A female deer.
Claudia was like, "Hey, why aren't you eating any of the food?" And Seeker was like, "Because I'm not entirely sure that you don't want to poison me," and kind of intimated that there were a lot of people that kind of wished him harm. And Claudia was like, "It would maybe be good to be prepared for that." And Seeker was like, "Okay, but I'm not really ready to talk about that yet." And Claudia's like, "Okay, well, I just want the truth." And Seeker was like, "Well, the truth is kind of a secret." And kind of intimated that like he had maybe killed a lot of people, and would that be a problem? And then there was some failed insight checks, so Claudia wasn't sure what to do about that. And we also came across a shrine for Viella and gave a bunch of offerings. Artie gave his first ever tool that he found in a dumpster that gave him freedom, and it was so cute. And Cal gave this like mysterious black ribbon. Velen painted all the symbols of the Wanderer gods, the like gods of travel, with the help of of Artie of Tess, but like mostly actually Artie. Seeker gave a gold coin and some alcohol, or Ori gave some of a potion of healing. Claudia gave an old horseshoe, and then we were all. Tess gave Artie's glow spoon and a crossbow bolt, and from Artie's noxious pocket, and was kind of talking about how friendship was like the main thing she learned on the road. And then we were all hashtag blessed for that day. And the horseshoe was kind of an appropriate gift because when we broke camp, Peanut Butter started talking in Claudia's head mysteriously, which Claudia was just like, "Okay, I guess this is just my life now." And talked about how like her foot hurt, and so Claudia stopped the cart, and there was found that the shoe was kind of on incorrectly, and so she got Artie to help her and kind of like calmed the horse down, because Artie is still kind of like fidgety about horses, and Artie ran away before Peanut Butter could nuzzle him, which was sad. But now I guess Claudia and Peanut Butter can just talk to each other in each other's head, and that's fine. Let's see. What else is here in my notes? I skipped ahead. Tess also, when we made camp, Tess asked Artie if there was anything that he could do to like help Velen break out of web traps, and he was like, yeah, I could maybe make it so things go on fire, or I could like grease it up, and he said that he would work on it. And also Ori found Velen's little like dragonborn thumbprint painting that she made and tried to compliment her on it, and Velen was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then Artie was like, I made it, never mind, I didn't make it, I just wanted compliments. And then Velen hugged him, and that was cute. Let's see, and then we had watches. Oh, Artie made his doll bomb, which I insist should be called Artie's blow up doll.
I second that.
Great name.
Wow.
Why did none of us put that together until just now?
Messaged me
That's
and I
so
said,
fucking
phenomenal.
Blow
It's
up
amazing.
doll. Oh my god, you should market those.
Yeah.
It should especially be called that because of some of the roles. It is marked as fragile, so that's definitely not going to kill all of us at some point, I'm sure.
I
want to die from a blow-up doll.
He spent like 100 gold of Banasite. We have no idea what the radius of this thing is, but it does 88 force damage.
I'm looking
And
forward to
fire
finding
damage.
out.
It also immolates everything that's around it, so you know that's fine. Everything is fine. I'm sure that will come back to haunt us at some point, and it's going to be epic. So let's see. Artie, during his watch, made some vials of oil and some soap, which was really funny because because Artie was like, I made soap, and Seeker woke up and was like, at what cost? And Artie was like, I won't charge you. And that
was great.
That was really good.
The cleverest douche has ever been.
So Claudia and Seeker had watched it together, and it was a full moon, but Claudia it was not a full of woo. Claudia resisted the full of woo. And during which point they had this conversation. Like Claudia kind of like followed up on their previous conversation because Seeker was like, okay, you get one question, but then Claudia had this cute like, oh no, is this a question? Oh no, is that a question? And then they ended up actually having a conversation, which was several questions, where it became clear. She basically asked like, so Tess's whole thing is Jamino and change, like what is your whole thing? And he was sort of like, my whole thing is kind of revenge. And he showed her the bandaged mark that he has on his hand that is now bleeding, and it is the mark of Saren. And so they talked a little bit about Saren, and he had to make a charisma save, which he succeeded, but that's ominous. And Claudia basically told him that like, oh yeah, we've had a couple of dealings with Saren before. We destroyed a cult, and it kind of became clear that he wanted to destroy a cult, but like not. It was kind of unclear why. And so that's kind of where they left that. But although he did ask Claudia to not tell anybody about this, and so Claudia was like, I won't unless it will cause harm. And then third watch was Velen and Ori, and Velen got a blessing from Breza, which was really cute. And she said this great prayer, which was, Lady of Winter and Summer, thank you for the grace of your gift. It's a miracle that comes unexpected and is twice treasured thereby, which I thought was great. And then, like, she got to, like, have a tiny conversation with Breza, in which Breza was like, wow, you are actually polite. That's unexpected. And so that was definitely a dig at Dawes. And so they had a little conversation. She threaded it into like a ribbon and is now wearing it in her hair. And they had a little conversation about kind of like gods and this idea of being God touched, and how Velen was really pleased to kind of have been touched by a god that was different than Dawes, and how it kind of felt different to have that kind of blessing because Dawes is blood and they're kind of more like family. And Tess and Cal had watched together, and they had a conversation about like what was that ribbon that Cal had put in the bowl, and Tess found out some stuff about her dad and how like when he and Cal used to be mercenaries, adventurers, like they used to be working together back in Perselis. They had done some work at like a boarding house, and the ribbon had belonged to a courtesan that was really close to her dad. For some reason that they couldn't really stay together, but they had like she had clearly meant a lot to him, and her name is, I have it written down,
Marinette.
Marinette. And
I also re-listen.
And so Tess was sort of like, I should maybe talk to this person, and also Cal also kind of intimated that he thought that some people that Tess was traveling with were pretty cute, but wouldn't say who, even though we all know it's Ori. Things are also getting colder, and travel is getting shorter. It's like the weather is kind of changing. We ended the session where we finally got to halfway in, but there were guards at the door, and they were like, the inn is closed. And then Velen had kind of like an increasingly uncomfortable exchange where Velen was like, well, we have business here, so you better tell us what things are going on. And the guards were pretty uncomfortable, and then Seeker came to intimidate them and made them more uncomfortable. And already bamped out his little protector cannon, but like still in the initiative was not rolled because we were still in the cart. But kind of it was getting tenser and tenser, and then we established that the person who owns the Halfway Inn is in debt to the Dougal family, and owed like 3 months on their rent. I think it was 390 gold. And Artie ended up being the one to kind of break the tension by being like, hey, do you take gems? And so we ended up paying them basically the gems that we got from the goblin encounter to essentially save this person from their debt for right now. And we had just gotten invited in. And then the people left, these kind of intimidating people left, and Tess identified one of the symbols on their, I guess on their like coats, as the symbol of the god of Lokir, the god of greed, kind of like not a benevolent god. And then one of them also told Seeker that like, hey, they kind of like smelled the curse on him.
Yeah, there's something with him. He smelled his
they smelled
issues
with him, and they were sort of like, you should seek us out in town. And that's unsettling. And so we were just about to go into the inn, and the person that owns the inn that we had just kind of like saved her ass had just come out, and that's where we pick up.
Well done.
Phenomenal.
That was remarkably thorough.
It was.
Very good.
Yeah, you've earned a point of inspiration, Emily.
Hooray!
I feel like I should give you my 1 point of inspiration for that phenomenal recap. Because I forgot most of that stuff.
So I will pull the map to the Halfway Inn.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Do I know if that oil I made would help Velen from getting stuck in webs?
Does it prefer Velen lubricant? Grease her up!
A good old lube.
So, if Velen applied that oil to all of her before encountering a web, yes, but the oil will evaporate after about 30 minutes.
You have to do it every day just in case.
30 minutes? Oh, man.
It's not the sort
every
of
30
thing,
minutes.
Yeah,
Action to apply?
Yes, it will be, well...
I mean, I feel like it's going to take
be
longer
a couple
than 6
actions.
seconds to
What if we all
apply
help?
Alright, I'll brainstorm
all
something.
over
We'll-
yourself.
We'll say it takes a minute to apply the oil
Not
thoroughly.
if you have like a keg full and you pour it on yourself like a
But
football
you don't.
coach.
You don't
Just
have
imbue
a
it with
cake
magic and make it everlasting.
One thing that we talked about last week, briefly off camera, is that Velen already has a boon from a god, and so she's too low level to have a double boon. And so the question then becomes like, can she give this boon from her head, which is currently being a hairpiece, to one of the other PCs? Is that a thing that, like...
I mean,
I gave mine to Tess, yeah.
The short answer is yes.
Right,
You
but
can
I had
give it to
already
somebody
had a
else.
conversation with Breza, so like, is there a way to do it that isn't rude to the goddess that
You could be
taught
like,
him?
I wish to help my friends. Thank you for this blessing. I'll use it to the best of its ability.
Say
Okay.
quick prayer.
Like, a benevolent god wouldn't see, like, you giving it to a friend to protect them as, like, a slight.
Almost
Okay.
sounds like the
Rude.
god of jealousy.
Yeah, a rude god or a shit god would be like, how dare you?
Well, I'm obviously not giving Daz's blessing
Oh shit,
away.
I gotta get into voice character. Give me a second.
Hey, how are you?
Alright, we're good.
Alright. Nah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna hold this in my hair for a while until Velen decides what to do with it, but good to know.
Okay. All of you stand outside the Halfway Inn. The door is open, and a young, darker-skinned human woman is looking out at you. She looks maybe early 20s. Perhaps a little too young to be running a tavern, but she is.
We did hear that the owner was named Old Helga, so probably not her. Heidi.
Heidi.
It was Heidi. Yes,
Yes.
I knew it was an H.
I was like, I definitely didn't say
Who the
Helga
fuck
ever.
is Helga? I got the and the old-fashionedness of it.
Okay.
Heidi.
I go in.
Man, she's cute.
She
She
steps
is.
aside as you approach, and she says, "Again, I can't thank y'all enough. Please, come in. Come out of the cold."
Kind of seem like assholes.
Oh, you don't know the start of it.
Yeah, one guy's
And
great.
we hear all of it?
What?
Can
We're
we hear
friends of
all it?
Nazik. He told us to come here.
Oh, you know Nazik?
Good friends.
Yeah, we're from Endsmeet.
And Cal, like, glances at you, Ori, as he walks in, and he says, "This all just got a little bit more interesting, didn't it?" And he goes inside. And Heidi, like, goes and slides
I wanna
behind
sit
the
on a
bar.
stool.
So go sit on a stool.
I'm gonna look at me.
Let's
I
sit on the
sit on
bar
the
edge.
stool.
You mind if I sit here? There's not enough seats.
That's fine.
Okay.
Tess and Velen are canonically sharing a chair.
Cal slides in next to Valen and Seeker. And Heidi, first and foremost, she looks at you all and she says, "Well, you have the run of the place, so what can I get you all to drink? Or to eat?"
So this is Heidi. I'm confused.
It's
Whiskey.
Heidi. It's not Helga. Could we have something warm?
Of course.
Do you have cider?
Whiskey.
Warm cider?
I have clava.
Oh.
Is it
Perfect.
warm?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love lava.
Yes.
It's hot. I don't have any cider.
Is it ready?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Fresh.
That's what I want.
All right.
Lava for everyone.
Do any of you want it spiked or anything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please.
All right.
That was a lot out there. I'm not really sure what happened.
What happened
Um,
outside?
Some guards were backing up the shakedown that was going on the inside, and they were getting a little squidgy about it because they clearly had been borrowed from whatever their official duties were supposed to be.
You do see that on the far side of the bar, up towards this door, there is a broom with a dustpan, and the dustpan is full of broken dish. All of you are provided a very thick, stout stone mug filled to the top with clava that has been doused with a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
As
Go
I
ahead.
want that.
as it's all served up, I'm sorry we don't actually have that.
It doesn't exist.
No. Heidi says, "So before anything else, you know Nazik, so I assume you've been to Endsmeet, or you're from around there?"
We live there.
We live there.
Not me. But
Sound
most
like-
of us live there.
Certified rangers.
Well,
With
Pull up-
you don't
pull
look
up
like
my
a
badge.
ranger.
Only one of us.
Pull out my badge.
Oh, you're part of the Inns Watch. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. Well, Nazik done me a good turn. Though it wouldn't matter. All of you have just done me a good turn tonight. To what do I
Mostly
owe?
that one.
To what do I owe this benefactor? What made
Right
you all
place, right
decide?
by there.
They just seemed like jerks.
Feel quite shady.
Well, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but you don't know me.
So?
We don't.
And it was a
Right,
lot of
but-
gold.
Our friend does.
She
I'm,
just
I'm
blinks.
almost comfortable saying that a friend of Nazik's is a friend of mine. I'm not 100% comfortable saying that because I suspect that he probably has some shady friends. But the thing is,
Oh, of course
they
he
were
does.
being jerks and we had the money.
All right.
And we didn't want it to come to blows. Also,
Ori
Oh.
kind
Which
of
it
leans
almost
in.
certainly would have because we were.
it was
It-
pretty
it-
close.
It was getting spicy.
Well, I suppose I'm not going to really argue with that. I do have a roast over the fire in the kitchen. Can I get y'all something to eat?
Yes.
Appreciate it. Are you okay since there was shouting and broken dishes?
I've had a night. I'm fine now. There was no actual harm done to me. There
I have
was
a question.
yes, the cute
Alright.
one.
I know I'm kind of butting in, but who are the Dougals? Are they going to be a problem in the future?
It's a long story. That's the family that runs this town?
The whole town?
Well, they're the nobles that are in charge of it.
Seems like they're doing a bad job.
Well?
Based on what, dear?
Based on them being mean and breaking stuff.
I hate to tell you this, Claudia, but being mean is something that a lot of nobles do, and it doesn't mean that they are not good at their jobs.
Well, you're noble and you're not mean, Velen.
I am not good at my job. My noble job that I left, that I don't do anymore.
Which is right. Sometimes a bit of meanness is required to get things done efficiently.
They broke a few of my nicer plates in an attempt to get their point across that I owed them money. And I knew that I owed them money. I don't have their money.
How'd you get so deep in Hawk to that operation?
Okay. First, food.
All right.
Who's hungry?
Yeah.
Claudia raises her hand.
Long time, yes.
Claudia, stop raising your hand.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that I can talk on my turn.
Heidi goes up, opens the door to the kitchen, goes in.
Also, she asked a question.
Vanishes for
You
a
can get
moment.
attention however you want, Claudia. Don't listen to him.
Thank you.
Tess is very carefully watching Seeker to see if Seeker eats any of this food.
Well, the food hasn't come out yet, but fair.
Yeah, but she's paying attention.
Paying
That was
attention.
Ori, but like corner of the eye, not. It's like,
It only
how it
takes a minute until Heidi comes back out and she brings you all platters of what looks like big old huge slices of turkey, with assorted potatoes and vegetables that is passed out to each of you. And she
Seeker eats
says, "Wow." So it's like that.
I mean, why would he get poisoned by the person we just paid their rent? You know?
They didn't know I was coming. They don't know who the fuck I am.
Neither does anyone in this group, Seeker.
You could have been planted.
Tess, by the way, I think I've said this before, but it's
you ain't
worth
that
it.
important.
I cast,
don't know that.
I have one free cast of Goodberry a day because of my druid initiate thing. I have been distributing good berries to everybody except Seeker. Because I want.
It's a cold war.
Because I've been
The
trying,
shade.
like, I'm on Team Ori about this, and I'm just like, this is really fucking weird. You're just not eating. Her food is really
Well,
good.
she's doing
now.
math. Like, she's making enough for everybody but him. From now on.
And she's good at math. She's a wizard.
She's good at math.
Imagine being good at
To
math.
be fair, he probably wouldn't eat your good berry anyway.
That's the fantasy, Pen. The true fantasy.
He ate it in one of the
Yes.
other episodes.
He did. That was only to spite Ori,
Yeah,
though.
you specifically ate it, so you specifically.
This is a lot of food-related bite.
Claudia eats the roast.
Yeah,
It's
so
delicious.
Belen also
Turkey.
eats. But, like,
It's a turkey roast, isn't it? I'm not good at meat. I'm sorry.
It's a turkey.
Yes, it's turkey. It's well seasoned. It seems to have been, maybe it was roasted with or in honey. It is delicious, and should you eat it, you gain 8 temporary hit points.
Hell.
I like that number.
Yum.
She says, and I don't believe her. It's frog legs.
don't worry. There's lots. No, we do not eat frogs in front of frogs.
Oh, I may be a little absent-minded. Didn't we have a side mission in this town?
No.
Oh.
Zeke just
you
told us
just
that
read
it.
It was,
Thinking of what
it
I'm
was
going.
stop
It's like
here and
on-
we'd be treated well.
Got it. Okay. Gotta
Well-
start paying attention more.
That's usually a good idea.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, what's going on with the business? Not that I need to know your financial issues, of course. I'm just saying, has traffic slowed down? Is there something going on?
We didn't
Traffic's
leave
been
it
about
here.
the same. All right. A few months ago,
Competition.
it's not
Look at this
competition.
lot. They want to do sabotage.
I'm the only tavern in town. There is no competition, really. All right. So, you all saw that fellow with the feathers in his cloak and the half
Hard
mask?
not to.
yeah.
He had a vibe.
He smelled like lavender.
Alright, he's...
Oh. I didn't catch that on him, but I didn't smell
It
that
was
close.
strange, that's all I smell.
Oh.
A lot of people have lots of underlying tones to them, but he only smelled like lavender.
Claudia has a really good nose.
I do.
I see that.
Alright.
Well, he goes by the name Father Talon, and
Oh, that
he's-
tracks.
he's come in. Well, he arrived in town a few months ago, and I've only been in charge specifically of the Halfway Inn for about a year, as my father, who's founded the inn, has been overseas, trying to handle mercantile. He wants to grow the establishment, but it's been slow going, and the thing is that Trident is not easy to navigate if you're not native there. So we're doing our best. I've been in charge of it, and a few months ago, Father Talon and his flock, as he called them, showed up. And since they've showed up, they've been getting in close with the Dougal's, which, as I said, they're the noble family that runs this town. And ever since they got here, the Dougal's have been slowly but surely upping the rent on this place. And,
So people can't afford to come to the pub.
right, and I can't truly afford to run it. I've been basically, over the last month, been scraping by on promises to do, hoping that things would change, but no such
got a
luck so far.
contract? You got a contract
think-
with them? Because typically rent
That's not-
increases on a without a specific time frame is against ordinance.
No
you know?
Svedanian rule. Sorry,
No
notion
Svedanian.
rule.
Yeah.
I have a lease. I guess.
Taxing your peasants until they can't pay is like eating your seed corn.
Right? Like, it doesn't... eventually no one could afford to live or work, and then you
So
wouldn't
the
have
question
anything.
becomes, what do they need short-term capital for? Why
Well,
are they doing this?
I don't know,
Or-
but it's... Look, there's more to it than just that. It's... People have been Y'all are new in town, so I don't
Please
really...
outline the economy of this small town for us.
I
I don't
can't.
even think we're in town yet.
No, town's just down the road. Maybe a...
I'm sorry. Ignore me, love. I'm being silly.
Shadow... what? Shadowstead?
Shadowstead. Aye. Alright. It's... You're not from around here, so I don't really feel too disinclined to speak frankly with you, and you did just save my business. People have been a lot less comfortable going out and about, especially out to the tavern. As over the last couple of months, we've had people disappearing and not coming back.
Lining up with these creepos.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, yeah. I'm afraid to really put my finger on it, but they really have not been generous or kind with anyone. And the flock, it seems as though if you don't go along with what they want, they intimidate and apply pressure until one day you mysteriously vanish. And a week ago, Horsemaster Joseph disappeared, and that's been a real problem.
Not Joseph.
Are the horses okay?
His apprentice seems to be doing the best they can.
Did
But it's
Joseph
been-
get into any kind of conflict before he disappeared?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Alright, that's probably a question for the apprentice.
What I know
So-
is from what I hear from those who do come into my tavern, which the number has been dropping, which has not helped my paying the rent.
Is this flock and like independent party, or are they through like the government?
It's religious.
Are they
They've
religious?
fu- they've-
Yeah, but they could be associated.
There's a temple in town that they've taken up residence in. It used to be a temple of Ana.
What if we throw a big catered party in this tavern and invite everyone to come?
We
We
could
could
do
do
that.
escorts.
Then I'd have a
mean,
lot
it
of cooking to
won't-
do, but that would certainly bring in some money.
They
Right.
did.
It's only a short-term help, though. Obviously,
Tell them
with
it's my
salty
birthday.
things.
It's my
Yes.
birthday.
It will be for your birthday.
Yeah. I don't actually know when my birthday is, but
It's now.
Hey,
We've
me
decided.
neither.
it's my
You don't-
birthday.
That's
Do you want-
Shouldn't your
2 days'
birthday
time.
be the day you're set free?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Ah.
The day you
Oh,
set
wow.
yourself free.
When is your Freedom Day, Artie?
Happy Freedom Day, Artie.
I'm gonna be honest. The days of the week or the month really didn't matter much to me, so I didn't really keep track of any of that.
We'll
Well-
work on it.
Was
Yeah.
it spring or summer?
I would like to say it's tomorrow. You know?
I like that.
It lines up. You need an extra day? Tomorrow? My birthday bash?
I just remembered my friend Artie's birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah. I like that. We could help.
So we're having a party?
Maybe, if it's
Party
helpful.
party?
An Artie
An
party?
Artie party.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but why? To raise money?
To raise money, get
No,
people
it's
in here,
my
pick
birthday.
up some
For his
gossip,
birthday.
That's true.
and also
I mean,
to celebrate
I understand
Artie.
that part, Artie. I understand that part. I wanted the other part of it, the other sneaky
Maybe
part.
My first birthday
It's not
party
that
ever.
sneaky.
Aw, Artie's first birthday.
Do we have a sense that these people will come to such a party?
If it's free,
Oh, no, no,
Well,
no,
if
no.
it's
We
free,
want-
then we're not raising
we
any
gotta,
money.
we gotta bring some.
well,
Alright,
we're,
well,
we're I
maybe-
mean, we'd be raising
I got
it
a
with our
promotion
money.
for you.
Maybe
We
we
could do-
offer escorts too.
Yeah. That's a good idea. We could do some kind of free food, but they gotta pay for the drinks type of situation. Get them in the door, you know.
Right.
I'll help.
If
I'll
if
help
we
person
pay
do it.
for the snacks, then perhaps they'll come in and pay for drinks.
Mhm.
Right,
Which
and
is
I can
where
put
the
on a
money
show.
is. And Velen
Ooh.
can put on a show.
What a great idea. You've been working on your stand-up.
I would probably do music. This is I don't know the I don't know the territory. I don't have local jokes. It
I
might
don't
fall
really know what
flat.
the vibe is yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus, things might be a little tense for my kind of humor. I think that I'd probably be better off doing a music show. Plus,
Heidi,
people
you
can
got-
dance. Yeah.
You got
I can get
vampires
people
here?
dancing.
She blinks and looks at you and says, I don't think so.
Good.
They
Okay.
look just like regular people, you know.
They're not welcome.
Why aren't they welcome?
What?
I
It's
mean-
my birthday,
Oh, you get to decide.
and you don't like vampires, Claudia, so they're not
Um,
allowed.
I don't
Alright,
like
well.
some vampires, Artie.
Above the table, Liam would be invited.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
And his wife.
He's also not here, and he would have to travel for many, many days. He would miss the party.
I have
Yeah.
a question. Claudia raises her hand again.
Yes.
Well, is this kind of a general check with the group? Have we considered just going to the temple and asking questions?
That
I mean,
was
we could do that
my
too, but it
thought.
involves less partying, though.
Sure. I mean, we could do two things.
Yeah, we could do two things.
Well, let's try the party first, and if that doesn't work,
I will
Oh,
say,
also-
it's
Isn't
getting
it kind of a? Yes, Heidi.
it's getting late. You don't want to be out after dark around here. It gets awful cold.
No, I didn't mean
No.
today.
I don't want to disappear.
but we
My
can
birthday's
plan.
not till tomorrow, anyways.
We could go tomorrow and ask at the temple.
As we're passing
Before
out
the party.
invitations,
There you go.
hanging flyers.
Can
Well-
somebody make flyers?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Valen.
can make flyers.
can't you
Um,
do?
Yes.
One of us was invited specifically to the temple. She looked.
Everyone looks at Seeker. It's just like this.
Did they hear that? I thought he like whispered
Oh, I didn't
that.
bring it up because I
We
wasn't
were
sure if we
standing
heard it or
right
not.
there. I was right
Did-
behind.
Did
him.
they all
He
hear
didn't
that?
whisper it. His voice was just weird.
He just has a whispery voice.
I was
so
definitely right next
generally
to him anyway.
speaking,
Literally like
we
that.
all
Red
heard
threads
that,
of
right?
your voice.
You don't get to play
Secret
solo
just-
RPG.
He just- I'm not playing solo RPG. I wasn't gonna go by myself. Fuck that.
Yeah, don't do that.
He's just
Probably
gonna
not
take
smart.
a drink of the mug and just kind of side eye you guys.
Alrighty, we just-
I wasn't gonna go.
Why not?
But you could, and we could go with you.
You like to be bait? You're big ass bait. Big
It's
fish.
Like
true,
the
he
way
is
you
very
said
tall.
that.
Big fish, big bait.
Big fish. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, can I get another whiskey, please?
You don't want
Heidi,
you don't want the clava with it, or just
no,
whiskey?
No, just the whiskey.
Just skip the
Fair
middleman.
enough. And she sets a shot glass in front of you and pours you a shot and
Stop.
leaves the whiskey on the counter.
Stop.
Heidi, we just threw a lot of information at you. How do you feel about my birthday tomorrow? Here.
Congratulations. I'll certainly approve and appreciate the bringing a business in.
Is there a local bakery?
Me.
We could bake it.
You could do
yeah.
it. Okay.
I make all the food that I serve.
Okay.
There's not really it's a pretty small town. There's not really a restaurant. There's a grocer, which I do, get deliveries from. But if there's going to be a party where food is provided, I can't afford to do that on gratis.
Oh no, we have.
Well,
money.
it's Artie's party. We'll fund it.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying that the town could eat for free.
We'll pay for the food, and the townsfolk can come in and buy their own drinks.
That's what we're hoping to inspire them.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Simple
also
enough.
Free entertainment.
Free entertainment. She's great.
She does work on tips.
She can
Yes,
make
ma'am.
mice
I do
do
like
what she
tips.
wants with her flute.
I can, but I don't
What?
think I'm gonna do that here. I don't think that this is a place for the mouth harp.
There's
Good
no
painter,
mice in
too.
my tavern.
She's also a painter.
Okay.
I'm okay. I don't know why we're upselling me right now since I'm going to be working for free, but I'm okay with it.
Because we love you.
Right, you can charge for
Expect
face
your night to go like
paintings,
this, Heidi.
Face painting.
We haven't had any music here for a while, so I think that will be a draw on its own if you just advertise that at the party there will be a musical performance.
Velen and the Wild Hearts.
I sold my drum
You can
in
get your
exchange for
drum.
my. No, I don't need it. I mean, I still have my panpipes.
You could paint a drum.
We can get
Used
you
to play
another
the,
job.
used to
I
play
could
the
play the drum.
harmonica when I was young.
You have a harmonica?
No, I used to play one though.
Well, I mean, I could paint you a harmonica. That's not that much paint.
Oh.
Especially if it's gnome sized.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I will paint you a harmonica.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I have another question.
Sure.
It's not really a question. Hi,
You can
I'm
just
Claudia.
ask. Hi, Claudia.
Nice
I'm
to
Heidi.
meet you.
Yes, it's a delight.
You're doing great.
I figured we hadn't gotten to that part yet. This is my friends. They are my friends.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
This is Artie.
Yeah,
You
it's gonna be
probably
my
put that
party.
together.
I did gather.
Please, someone else take over. I'm getting nervous.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Picker slides the whiskey down.
Sweating profusely.
Velen is she of many talents. These are our traveling companions, Ori and Cal. This big guy is Seeker, and I'm Tess.
Hello, everyone. I'm Heidi Flynn, and here this is
Hello.
my bar. You saved it from some very rude nobles. Thank you.
Well, hopefully, we can figure out what's going on with those rude nobles.
Right, well, I'd like a nap if you have a free room.
Well, I have 6 rooms upstairs. You're all welcome to one. There's no one else staying here tonight, so
We bunking, big guy?
Sure.
Nice.
she reaches down below and she pulls out like a wooden. It's a little more than a crate with a bunch of keys on pegs, and she begins to pass out keys to each room to each of you. There's a communal bathroom at the end of the hall upstairs. You're all welcome to bathe, wash up, get yourselves clean and feeling right and ready. And if you need anything, you know where to find me right here. I do make breakfast. It'll be up at about 8 in the morning.
How much do you need to cater a real good party?
Maybe she can draw up a list and we can go shopping tomorrow.
Well,
I think
Or
it
we
would
just give her
probably
money.
be better to just pay the professional to do that thing.
I'd
that
appreciate
job.
that.
That works too.
If you're trying to throw a real bash,
Whole town.
you see she's like doing math.
Artie's first birthday is a huge party bash. I love it.
I think
Do
30
you prefer
gold.
cake or pie?
I'm better at baking cake.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I take 3 platinum out and I put it on the table.
No, do not pay for your own party.
What?
Put those back.
What? That's not how that works.
No.
Oh, I thought it was my
We
birthday. I
pay for
gotta
your
pay.
party.
I put down 5 gold. To put 30.
I'll
I
put
will-
also 5 gold down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop the rest. So 20.
I
'Cause
just
I've
wanted
got
to be
it sitting
helpful.
I'm gonna
no,
give you
yeah.
5 gold so I can put some down because this is already in Tesla.
Okay, then I'll put down 15. I'm okay.
She's
love-
looking
I
at the gold on the counter.
elbowing
We
each
just
other.
like all start piling it up. Like, oh, this is more money than I've managed to make in a while. That's great.
Y'all are quite the windfall, aren't you?
Well,
It's the first
time
time
will
we've
tell,
been
won't
Right,
it?
they surprised me too when the wrong line of business.
We've been on the
Alright.
road for a little bit.
Well, the comforts of the halfway inn are yours to enjoy. And she slides the gold down off the counter into her hand, and she says, "I will take care of all this tomorrow." Which means the tavern after breakfast will be closed for a little while.
Claudia very slowly raises
Yes,
her hand.
yes, Claudia. How can I help
Artie's
you?
giving you death stares right now.
We got a couple horses outside. Where do we put them?
I'll tend to them.
Okay. The one on the upper right, her name is Peanut Butter, and she needs extra attention.
Peanut butter. I'll see that she gets it.
She's the one that looks like peanut butter. Or chestnuts, whatever.
I'll figure it out. All of you, go ahead and get yourselves comfortable. And welcome to the halfway inn.
Thank you, dear.
Tess. Tess is gonna slide over to Cal, and is gonna kind of like real low, kind of murmur to him, "You can be with me, unless you'd rather be with someone cute."
Cal chuckles, and he says, "We are traveling together. I'd not assume anything. I think for prudence's sake, you and I can bunk."
Damn it.
Wait, I thought me and Artie were bunking.
Yeah, I slap Seeker on the thigh. You ready to be the little spoon?
It's not happening
He's
like
like
that.
a backpack.
I would
a little
I'm
koala.
just, like imagining like a fan art of that, and it's amazing.
I hate this.
I love it.
I bet you do.
And of
You're not
course
allowed to
I
draw this.
might draw it, yeah.
Already casting a large on himself and still being the
No, I'm casting reduce on him.
Fuck no, I'm resisting that shit.
You can certainly try.
How does it work if he's sleeping and I cast? Does he still get the saving throw?
It's a
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Surprise round. Surprise round.
Claudia's gonna go upstairs.
Y'all gonna wake up to a dead Artie.
Dirty. Not on his party!
Okay,
Well,
okay. So there's 6 bedrooms.
And 7 of us. But at least 2 groups of 2. So there's plenty of rooms.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could leave for a room in case a traveler comes in.
Right.
Midnight. Not
As
impossible.
you're discussing that, Hattie would say, "If you're not going to use one of the rooms, please leave that key on the counter."
Mhm.
And she goes outside to deal with the horses.
Right, going up to the rooms, do the door open into the room or into the hall?
I'm sorry. What?
When
Is
you
it a
go up
push door
into
or a
the
pull
room,
door?
yeah, do you push the door into the room or pull the door out to the hall?
You push the door into the room.
Okay, cool.
Well, fire standards say that's no good.
Good
Dangerous.
talk. Bet you didn't expect the session to go this way, huh, Echo?
Yeah,
No,
you did.
Birthday
I
party
never
for
know what to
Artie.
expect.
Artie's
Yeah.
birthday party.
Seeker is just getting more and more exasperated with every passing decision this group makes.
You can always leave.
Nope.
No,
Make
he
this
likes
like,
Seeker.
no, I'm not making another character. God damn it!
He'll soften up with all the blows he's taken.
He's getting there. He already opened up to Claudia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have the bedtime storybook, so we'll have a good night.
Yes.
Yeah,
you love
read
the
it.
bedtime.
Do you say that in character?
Yeah, I got that bedtime story. I got a couple stories for you.
Bedtime story.
What?
I want to hear a
What
bedtime
is-
story.
You wanna go sit by the fireplace and
Yeah.
read some bedtime stories?
Yeah, bedtime story.
Okay.
I hope it's a
There you
birthday story.
Oh, that's adorable.
I'll go to the fireplace, take out the book and get it ready, and see what fucking story comes to us.
That's
You don't
good.
actually have to tell me if you don't have like a list of bedtime stories ready and avaharmonica.
Roll me
Well,
a
that is
D100.
happening. Velen is going to use some of the marvelous pigments to try to paint a harmonica with little goblins running on it.
Aw,
Oh.
That's adorable.
that is adorable.
Hess is gonna shapeshift into Big Artie and put an arm around him. Well,
Big Artie or little Artie?
No, Big Artie.
Yes.
Medium size. Medium size. He likes Big Artie.
Yeah.
He does like Big Artie.
Which does mean that I have to try to roll a performance.
Sorry, are harmonicas even a thing in your world?
Yeah.
Okay. Kinda just threw
I
that
do
out
need a
there.
D100 for the bedtime story, though.
Yes. Nice. 8.
8.
8.
One moment.
God damn it, I rolled and it didn't go through because it didn't find my BTT. And it was a 24, so I'm scared to roll it again.
A great roll.
The 24.
I feel like we can trust you.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna lie about the harmonica.
When you open the book, it slides to a page called The Ocean Dream.
Ooh, spooky.
Good one. What?
Spooky. What?
Spooky.
Sounds so peaceful.
Ocean
sure
scare
does.
me.
Oh.
Coward.
While Velen's painting, Claudia's gonna kind of shuffle over to her, try to catch her attention. I know you're busy.
What's up?
I just had a little question about some of your magic.
Sure.
You know how you can sometimes talk to animals?
Yeah.
Do you have to like choose to do that?
Yeah. It's
What
a
do
spell.
What do you do to make it happen? Or could you accidentally make it happen?
I could not accidentally make it happen. No, it takes concentration. There is a wait, does it take concentration? No, I'm lying to you right now. Sorry, hang on.
That's okay.
There's
She
a
doesn't know any
ritual.
better.
Sorry. There's a ritual that I have to do.
That you don't think that you could just accidentally do and then it would happen all the time, right?
No, last 10 minutes. And I can definitely tell when it's on and when it's off.
Okay, so I'm confused.
I'm sensing that there may be something going on with you, Claudia. What are you talking to animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Any particular animals or like all of them?
Just peanut butter.
Okay.
She talks to me sometimes and I'm a little worried.
What'd she say?
She told me her hoof hurt and that's why I already had to fix her shoe.
Okay, so
And
she told
sometimes
you-
she's hungry.
All right, this definitely sounds like the kind of stuff that a horse would say. So I mean I feel like that you're probably really hearing her. If you're worried that you're going crazy, I don't think that's what's
The
happening.
other horses haven't said anything. Just peanut butter.
Okay. Do I know anything about this, Echo?
Am I a sorcerer?
Roll. So you can roll a history or a nature check. Velen.
Maybe your book tells you something. The magic books of blood and beasts or something.
Okay, this time it went through.
Peggy.
Who the hell is Peggy?
I'm on the wrong fucking Wait, no, I'm not. I've got
Peggy.
Velen open.
Yep,
Great.
that happens.
Peggy's
I
in
don't
here
even
now.
have a character named Peggy in any of my foundries.
Peggy
I
is
know
my
Peggy.
character in Peggy's my character in Wrath's Everon game. So I don't know what she's doing here. She
I
knows
love Peggy.
nothing. She knows nothing about this. She has an intelligence of 6. But
I
She
don't
knows
even
what she's
have
doing.
that.
With a history
That
of
was weird.
16, Velen, remind me where you're from?
I am from Fayhop, or the outer outlying regions of Fayhop.
So, you've heard
The weird
stories of people
place.
speaking animals. You've seen druids do it. It is always something that the person tries to do. With a 16 in history, this is news to you.
News, okay. Yeah, I've never heard of anybody being able to speak to an animal without doing something in particular.
Well, maybe I did something and I didn't know I did it. Like maybe I danced, but it was like moving.
Oh.
Accidental dance steps, because that's how you cast your magic, right?
Sometimes it's how I cast my magic, but it's a very deliberate channeling of a power that I'm reaching for. So it's not something that I could do on accident, and I don't think it's something you could do on accident. Particularly since I don't think that's how any magic that you would have. I don't think that you're a
I don't
bard.
have any magic.
I mean, you turn into a wolf thing, so you do have some magic, but
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, this is new to me.
Okay, is that bad?
It just means I don't know. It doesn't. It's neither good nor bad. It is something to explore.
How loud are you talking about this as you're at the
so
bar?
I don't know where Velen is planted. She said she was off painting a harmonica.
My thought was that she was working on the harmonica, like we're all in the common room, half listening, except for Seeker because he didn't want to do that. But a lot of us were half sitting in the common room, half listening to this bedtime story, and she was just working on the harmonica and the little goblin.
And Claudia kind of crawled over to ask her a question.
She's there. I don't think she's being like deliberately loud, but I don't think that Velen is quiet.
It's also Velen, yeah.
I don't get it. I'm deep in this story.
You hear like all of you hear like coral and the rainbow fish swim and swim. They keep swimming through the river. And
in Artie's voice,
they just keep fucking swimming. It keeps going. Holy shit! You're getting commentary throughout each line,
of course.
How the fuck do they swim like that?
I'm trying to decide. Okay, I'm gonna roll a perception check for Heidi. Does she hear about her turning into a wolf thing?
Oh boy.
No.
She does.
Way to out me, Velen.
So, as you're talking, Heidi is like carrying a pitcher, and she stops and she says, "Wolf thing? Sorry."
Oh, it's just a magic thing.
Okay. I feel like I've
It
walked
just
into a
makes a
conversation.
weird smile.
I've walked into a conversation. I didn't hear part of it. Sorry.
No worries. We were just talking about different magic things that we can do. I can figure out what stuff is by dancing, and she can turn into a wolf sometimes.
I'm a wizard.
Is that part of the book?
No. That's side note. I mean, it's not going anywhere. These fish just keep swimming.
Oh, all right. Sorry, and she just goes back to what she was doing.
Are people who can turn into animals not common here?
They're, maybe every once in a while. No one I know of now.
Do people not like that?
You'd have to ask people. I don't.
How do you feel about that?
Surprised at being pulled into this conversation.
You asked.
No, I don't mind.
Sort of. She was. I mean, it's a weird thing to overhear.
It doesn't bother me. It's fine.
Insight check.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
15?
She seems uncomfortable.
She just goes, okay.
She continues. She's carrying a pitcher off and away. All right. Sorry.
I wish Gideon were here. I bet he'd know more about this.
Railroad you like.
No.
Did we railroad the DM?
I'm good.
I mean,
Yeah,
we happen to the DM every week.
So Heidi's befuddlement and confusion is not mine. So
Okay.
I'm good. I promise. As you all are, you're relaxing this evening in the Halfway Inn, and it's comfortable. The tavern has a very cozy feeling to it, as the smell of the fireplace and the warm meal sitting in all of your stomachs is very soothing, and you find yourselves getting tired earlier than you might normally, but it's relaxing, and it's been a while since you... It's not a suspicious thing. Jesus fucking Christ.
Seeker was
You've
right.
all been poisoned. Roll me con saves. No.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You've
it
had
would be a turn up for the books.
That would be hilarious. The first meal that Seeker eats is fucking poison.
He would literally eat nothing again ever.
Carved death from Ellen.
He's hunting for his own shit always.
As you're staying in the Halfway Inn tonight, I think I know the answer, but are you guys going to post a watch, or are you all
So-
trusting the Halfway Inn?
Seeker's gonna put a dagger in the door frame to stop the door from opening inwards.
All right.
I feel like taking a watch is habit at this point, and I think Felon would like to would at least pitch to the others that we keep alert, because we don't know what's going on with the Dougals, and we may have pissed off some people with my that on coming into town. So it might just be good to keep alert and have someone awake for each watch.
I can do first. I'm excited. It's my birthday tomorrow.
I'll stay up with Artie on first watch.
So you go ahead. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
did
didn't
you
mean to
like?
interrupt you, Hellfrog?
No,
Cut
it's
you
alright.
off there.
Or he's just saying, I can just watch the back half of the night if you guys like. I don't need much sleep.
Okay. I'll take
Kind of
second
you.
then.
I'm very kind, thank you.
Very surprising. I would think you get all the beauty sleep every night.
Oh, Artie. What is RT short for, by the way? Is it Arthur? Is it Artolomew?
Artificer.
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 Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's
Artificer the Wizard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good tracks.
Not just Artie. The lady at the orphanage just used to call me her little artificer, and then it turned into my little Artie, and I didn't have a name before that. So
Oh.
I think
took
it's a good one.
Thanks. Nice. He goes. He's all perked up now.
Drops his foot on the ground.
Yeah,
Shucks.
first watch, guys. I won't be able to sleep for a while.
Cal says, I can stay up for second watch, if the rest of you want to get some rest. I don't mind.
I was
I
gonna
mean, it
watch
was-
second too.
it was my idea, so it seems pretty stupid if I don't take a watch.
I'll
I
watch
could
it.
stay up for
Well,
third
shit.
watch. We can hang
Seeker
out
will
with
just
Ori.
sleep then if every other watch is covered.
We'll just sleep.
Yeah.
Bellin, do you want first watch with me?
You could
Oh,
use
sure.
the rest, big guy. Catch up on your beauty sleep.
Implying that he's not beautiful.
You heard me.
I think.
Yeah, that was very good, Claudia.
I did it.
You want? They're gonna be the death of me.
I'm on second.
Cal is also on second. Seeker is abstaining. Tess, what watch are you sleeping on?
I
Staying up on?
volunteered for Artie and for Velen. I'm happy to do either.
Well, since I think Artie and Velen are hanging out together,
Yeah,
you
go
could,
for it.
you
I'll
just make
be-
it three of us.
Whatever. Oh yeah, sure.
And then Ori is going to be by herself for 4 hours.
Terrible.
I'm going to stay downstairs.
She might need it, to be honest.
Get
Well,
away
I
from-
plan to
from our
have Seeker
noisy
wake
ass
up for
island.
last watch.
Okay.
So he can go down and talk to Ori. Or not. I'm not his boss.
That's the plan. But now it seems like you're making me do it, so I don't know if I want to do it.
You sound like me.
And you do sound like him.
All right. So first watch. Tess, Artie, and Velen.
The terrible trio.
As everyone else has filed off to go get washed up and go get some rest, the three of you are out in the common room, a room,
Yeah.
outside, the roof. Where is it? Where is it that you're taking watch?
Do we want to post up in the common room or?
Common room sounds great to me.
Yeah, eyes out the front window. I'm not going to be watching anything 'cause I'm all hyped up, so I'm kind of relying on you two.
Tess will be, Tess will be watching.
It is dark. Go ahead and roll me perceptions and a D100.
Oh, okay. I guess Velvet's not really paying attention either.
Poor Peggy.
Artie's
God
talking
damn it.
Poor
talking
Peggy.
your ear up.
Why is she here?
Be gone,
Nay.
Peggy.
It's happened before.
Yeah, my guy Tony.
But like when I look at my connected thingy, it says Velen next to Saulai. When
Yep.
this happened before, it said
Yeah.
Velos. So I don't know.
Happened with
Boundaries.
one of mine from Simic's Foundry
Game, that
on
was very
Echo's
funny.
Foundry. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Peggy's from Wrath's game. Like, whatever.
it's probably some cookies.
Yeah,
Mixed
I love cookies.
Love cookies.
Yeah, you gotta clean your computer out
I
and
need it.
build up.
We are missing one perception check.
Artie's
Yeah,
not
fine.
one.
I'll go. I wasn't gonna, but I'll do it.
I mean, I can do advantage if you want.
You can
Same
just choose
thing.
not to, I guess. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I
not
guess
good
we're
anyway.
mostly
Great.
Not in the
chilling
circle,
in the
but
common
it's
room,
okay.
not really paying attention.
I
We're
got
all-
the D100.
Everybody dies.
75.
So if you've ever been in a country town or just out in the woods, when there's cloud cover or lots of trees around, it is so dark. You cannot see your hand in front of your face sometimes. It is incredibly dark outside. The lanterns inside the halfway inn make it seeable, but outside the light that escapes the front windows, your dark vision doesn't see too far into the woods. And occasionally you catch a glimpse of motion, and it's an owl collecting a mouse, or some other wildlife out here in the middle of nowhere. Whatever conversations you all have,
I would like to have one actually.
go for it.
So, Artie, first ever birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never even been to a birthday party.
Heidi pokes out in the middle of your watch right as you started talking, and she says, "I'm going to bed, but if any of you need anything, kitchen's open.
Thanks. Get some rest. Got a big day
Got a big
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good night, all."
Good
And
night.
She leaves.
Yeah, never been to a birthday party, never had one.
Guess goblins don't really do that, huh?
Oh, so full transparency, I wasn't really like raised around goblins. It was just my one best friend was Riggs is a goblin, so I kind of, and he was a little bit older than me, so he kind of just taught me everything I know at first, because everybody else was kind of mean at the orphanage, except for the lady that ran it. So, yeah, I got all my info from him when I was young.
As a little girl, I used to think that I wanted to run away and be at an orphanage. I never did. Because it would have been stupid. And because the things that were bothering me weren't external. They were all inside. So,
Orphanages suck.
I'm getting that impression.
Yeah, no. The kids are really mean. They group up and bully the kids that aren't in the group, and to be in the group, you gotta do things you don't like to do, and I don't play that shit.
Yeah, no good.
I'm not a conformist.
Tess, when's your birthday?
Are the seasons just normal in
Yep.
this world? Cool. My birthday is in March. Whatever the equivalent of March is.
Well, common to English, it sounds like March. In
Cool.
common, it probably sounds like something else, but we call it March.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What about
a couple
yours?
months away.
And what time is it right now? Is it like, where's the
Like
calendar?
December, isn't it?
The calendar is
Remember?
inaccurate. It is 9.
Oh, okay.
It is like 9:30 at night?
Oh no, I meant calendar-wise.
Oh.
Like,
Well,
Back by
November?
February for this dragon. But I think
it
that's
is
in a-
December 21st.
okay.
It's almost candle nights.
So your birthday is December 22nd.
Yeah, I gotta write that down. I'm never gonna remember that.
We'll remember it for you.
Yeah. Part of what friends are for. I used to hate mine.
What's yours, Velen?
June 8th.
Claudia, I asked Claudia. Claudia said that she didn't have a birthday either, and she would like it to be sometime in autumn, when the trees are, like the color of her hair.
I was gonna say we could throw her a surprise birthday with mine, but it's in autumn.
I think that one of the things that's most important about birthday is that it is about the birthday person. So especially since neither of you have had one before, we want each of your birthdays to be just about you. And possibly getting gossip from townspeople or whatever. But the point is, it's going to be your birthday, not anybody else's.
Fuck yeah.
Artie,
Which means nobody else can have December 22nd. We're just going to make that rule.
Turns
That's
out
right.
Thinker's birthday is December 22nd. He's like, fuck me.
I'll just take a nod if I found out.
What am
that
I
it's
gonna
good
do
to
now?
know. Good to know.
Artie,
I get to
No.
share a birthday.
would you mind terribly if I did that little Jamino ritual, the same one that I did for Claudia that one time?
Do I remember? I personally don't remember the ritual.
How is
Thought I had a coming of age ceremony.
coming of age ceremony would be the closest thing that ceremony can do.
Yeah, sure, why not?
We don't have to do it. I can only do it the one time for this reason. But I kind of like the idea. I can't paint like Velen, and I can't build stuff like you, but I can do this. So
Fuck
And
yeah.
you don't
No.
have to tear yourself down, you know.
Right? She always does this. I try to tell her every time.
I'm just trying to give you something for your birthday.
Yeah. Oh, I get shit for my birthday?
Yeah,
Presents
you get
are a
presents.
big part of it, yeah.
Presents are important. You get presents for your birthday.
Nice. I didn't even know that. That's like a cherry on top.
Artie rhymes with party. What the hell else rhymes with party?
Snarty.
Smarty.
Smarty, hey, that works. That works.
Marty,
Artie.
Artie, party, hardy.
Smarty. A hearty arty party.
Yeah.
I'm workshopping it.
Yeah.
Havarti?
Marty, arty, Marty.
Artie's Havarti party.
It's gonna be great.
It's just about cheese. Whole party.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I have spell slots. Do you want to talk to Charlie? We can tell him it's your birthday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Oh,
I
you
also
said
didn't know we had to
Harley,
be
not
We didn't. No, we don't have to RP at all. That's fine. We're gonna eat half a session on this watch.
They spend at least two. Tess wants to keep one so she can send her marinade message later.
Just gonna tell Tarly that I just found out it's my birthday tomorrow, and they're having a birthday party for me.
What do
and I
you
get gifts.
What do you say to Marinette?
I was gonna do that before I went to bed, like after Cal's asleep, or after Cal's when it goes downstairs for a watch.
I see.
Yeah, that's way more important.
Okay.
than me talking
All
about
I wanted to
birthday.
do with that conversation was just talk about birthdays. And I think that the RP is just going to these characters will just shoot the shit forever if we don't.
Yeah.
So
That is
Okay.
I think that is probably enough for our watch.
Your watch passes without incident.
okay. Before that, at the end of watch, she'll send her message, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
She'll wait until Cal goes downstairs and she's alone in the room, and she'll. Is it how late at night is it right now? Is it like 2 in the morning, or is it just like 9 o'clock?
It's like 11 o'clock at night.
Not ideal, but
Yeah, but Triton is like, if she's still there, it's
Isn't
different
she
time zone.
work in a brothel? She'll be up. She might be
definitely.
preoccupied.
She might be preoccupied.
Jesus.
So,
She-
time zones vaguely, you think it's probably maybe like 8 in the morning there?
Shit.
Okay, that's better. That's better. She'll say, Marinette, Sorry for the surprise. I'm Trace Turnbuckle's child. My friend Cal says that you were close to my dad. If you're willing, can we meet?
There's a pause. And then you hear... Oh! Yes. I'd quite like that. I didn't know Trace had a child. Alright. Where can we meet?
Tess will use a burn a sending because it'll come right back on the communicrystal and say, I haven't done this one yet. Hang on, I have business in Malachor. But I'm staying in Endsmeet. If you're close to there, we'll figure something out.
There's a pause, and you hear, "Oh, darling, I'm in Candinos. That's not, close by. Is there by chance a way you'd be on this side of the world anytime soon?"
I will burn another. I feel bad. I'm going to burn another ascending crystal. And say, not sure where I'll be, but we can talk this way in small bursts. I'll be in contact. Thank you.
Well, thank you for reaching out. Is Trace alright? I haven't heard from him in years.
Oh,
Over the
Don't
table,
respond.
you can burn all 3 charges to have a 10-minute conversation. Just
I know
that.
Yeah. Like, Tess also knows that, but like, ugh. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna roll how to see how many we get back tomorrow. Tess will use the last sending and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I can't remember from my backstory. I think, oh no, it's been about a year. He died last year. Under mysterious circumstances. I'm looking into it. This is all the communication I have for right now.
You hear, "Oh no. I'm so sorry to hear that. Alright, I will wait until I hear from you again, I suppose."
Tess doesn't sleep for a while. That's all.
Okay. Next watch is Cal and Claudia.
What a weird duo.
Claudia.
Are you saying this to him?
No, on her watch, Claudia would go downstairs to the common room and she would pull out that children's book that she bought, like, in one of the first sessions. And she's gonna really, with determination, try to work her way through it.
Okay. Alright, so Cal will roll perception.
Yeah, since there's 2 of them, they're in a building, she's a little more confident that she can not pay too close attention.
Give me perception at disadvantage because you are distracted.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. Even though you are focusing on the book, you are still paying pretty good attention to what's going on around you. Roll me a D100, please.
Can't be any worse than Mondays.
78. What are you talking about?
All the diseases.
Oh yeah. Oops, sorry guys.
Spoilers.
You have magical herpes, and you have magical herpes.
As you...
Did I roll another disease?
No. As you are reading your book, you roll the same section as the first watch, so nothing happens by your perceptions. But I was going to ask if there's a conversation you wanted to have with Cal, or if you're just reading.
He doesn't know Cal very well, and she's very shy. So he would have to strike something up with her, but otherwise she would just curl up on a couch and page by page read this book.
Maybe.
She's determined to get better at reading.
Okay. I will roll a decision roll.
A decision roll.
Cal would leave you be. And your watch passes without incident.
We'd just like to add in the in-between that Tess will stir when Cal gets back to the room, and she has made herself small. She has like shape changed to be small. And if once Cal kind of lays down, she'll go over and like snuggle up against him and just sort of like be small. And
Child Tess.
be little, yeah, small little spoon Tess.
Okay. Cal would be like, oh, did you... Okay.
She had a bad dream.
He just nods, snuggles.
All right.
She didn't know.
I see. All right. It's okay. And he'll, like, pet your head to try and get you to relax.
To sleep.
Ori. You've come out of your trance.
Hello. I will go downstairs and see if there is makings for tea in the kitchen, and if not, I will make some clava.
Yes, there is tea.
Yay, I make tea.
Okay.
We left Ori alone.
No, she'll have Seeker on fourth watch.
He volunteered to be alone.
She wanted to be alone.
I didn't say that.
It's a decompression time.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Ori.
All right. Wait, where the hell? Where am I? Yes, thank you. Right there.
Are you okay?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's good.
Roll me a D100.
It's green tea. So
Stay away from the 70s, please.
no promises.
70s are where it's nice.
Peaceful there.
60s?
It's pretty
Barely.
damn close to 70.
Listen, I
not
followed the
good.
direction though. Yep.
You did. Fair enough.
During your watch, as you sip your tea and relax in this comfortable common room of the tavern, your watch passes by without incident.
Some bitch.
Lovely.
I'm sorry for a boring night. Seeker, you awaken, completing a long rest.
Pull a dagger out of the door, head down the stairs.
Artie was the big spoon, by the way, when you wake up.
No, Seeker is sleeping on the floor against the wall. You had the bed to yourself.
Party is on him.
Artie's on the ground next to you.
I'm just like,
What the?
Oh,
alright, well,
good morning,
we'll
handsome.
never speak of this again.
Oh, you just got a compliment from Ori. I want a compliment from Ori.
Right?
Good morning. Just sleep. Well, you don't really sleep, do you?
Tried it once or twice. It's not really for me.
Sometimes it's good, other times it's fucking awful.
Bad dreams, eh?
Not tonight, but sometimes.
That's good. Oh, would you like? Well, I already made the tea in there for myself.
I prefer sort of a rougher morning, and I'll go grab a bottle of whiskey.
Fair enough.
It's alright. Tell me, what are you all about?
What am I all about? Oh,
Mm.
well, how much time have you got, Seeker?
Well, when the rest of the group wake up?
Oh, I'd say in about 3 hours, and whenever we go and wake them up.
Well, that long then.
There's not much to tell. I was taken with a bit of wanderlust, and so I've been wandering. Been taking some jobs here and there as I go to make money. Mostly what I can do on my own. I don't really like to have a boss. Doesn't really work out well in my short experience with it.
Alright, so you have no affiliation then?
Well, no strong affiliation.
Mm.
Got some family up north, but they're not important. I mean, they're plenty important to me, but not really in the scheme of things.
Alright, well, you're probably the... I don't know if I should say that. You're the most sane in this group? Probably not.
Well, probably not, no.
This whole group is just...
Not. I think... Feels like there's a lot of youthful optimism, I would
Right,
say.
and you know, I was thinking about it.
Hmm.
What the fuck was that yesterday?
Which part?
You know, when you contradicted me?
Didn't know what you were doing, Seeker. Good
Right,
girl,
but when
know
I
the
say
plans.
yes, then you say no.
Well, we said it kind of at the same time.
Did we though?
I don't know, I don't remember.
He drinks.
He drinks too. Pinky up.
Alright, well.
I do apologize, though. I wasn't intentionally trying to thwart your plans.
It's alright. This group does quite a bit of things that don't make sense. I don't know if they don't think about what they're doing or what.
Oy. I don't know that I've been around enough to really comment on that. You've got some
watch,
thinkers.
don't you?
Of course, of course. What else do travelers do but people watch?
Exactly.
I think it's a lot of people who are far enough from their last tragedy that they can open their arms again. And sometimes that means you're not far from the next one. But on the
I
whole,
both hate and love that.
as much as life, eh? I hate it and love it. But we always want more, don't we?
I suppose that's fair.
And what about you, Seeker? What's your whole deal?
Yeah, I kill people for a living.
Oh, is it good? Making good money?
I'm fucking flat broke.
Oh. Are you not good at it, or did you kill the wrong ones?
Up to interpretation, I guess.
Well, so be it. How do you feel about finding yourself with this group of reckless optimists?
If they don't get their shit together at some point, I think we're all gonna die.
I'll spare you the pat response that we're all gonna die someday.
I knew that was coming.
I thought I'd spare it.
That's not very true either, though. Like, people become witches, there's magic to keep you alive.
Well, that's true, but Seeker, have you ever met a lich? It's
Yes.
no way to live. Can't have lustrous hair or dewy skin
He'll
or...
finally pull his hair back, or his hood back off, and he shows that he's bald with tattoos running down the skull into the back of his neck and down his shoulders.
Or he
That's
laughs.
anyway.
So are you planning to become a lich?
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying I wouldn't be losing much.
Well, not in that regard. She wouldn't keep that muscle tone either, I'll tell you that.
Oh, you've been looking, huh?
I always watch, as you said.
Touché. So you don't plan on poisoning me then?
Oh, no. No, dear. Honestly, I'm much more violent than that.
I don't know how to take that.
Well, it's meant to be reassuring. You'll see it coming from me, at least.
Oh, your kind is the worst. Oh, God.
I've heard that before.
Oh,
Elves.
I didn't mean elves, I just meant, like,
Oh.
the
Wizards?
I'll kill you with a smile kind.
Ah, okay. Well, we can't all be lugging around 8-pound greatswords, now can we?
Speaking of, right, how much do you weigh, Brace? Do you know?
You hear... to be honest with you, no one ever asked before, but about 6 pounds.
Oh, right, okay. He's actually 6 pounds, you might offend him.
I'm very sorry. I'm no good at guessing weight of people, let alone weapons.
It's a right battlefield weight, that is.
Alright, you
Did I?
swing very easily.
I'd hope so. Properly balanced and everything right at the hilt, as it should be, for point
Got
control.
Yeah, quite perfect.
Did I know this was a sentient sword? Did we cover that?
I don't know. if Ori
I don't
knew.
know if you knew
Everybody
that.
else
I don't
did, but
think
I
it's
don't know.
Everybody else did,
who
but
else was
Ori.
here.
Have you got a sentient sword?
Oh, alright, yeah. His name's Brace.
Oh, that's delightful.
And
Maybe.
he'll hand her Brace.
Oh, well, she'll take it.
Hello.
Hello there. Your name is Braze, I hear.
So it is. I've heard you talking before. You're the one they call Ori.
I am indeed.
You got a soft touch on you.
Oh, thank you. I practice.
I didn't expect one with magic hands to be comfortable wielding a greatsword such as myself.
Well, I don't know I'd say entirely comfortable. I like my swords a little more delicate.
That's fair, but you're holding me right, and that's, you know, a good start.
Oh, well, thank you, Praise. I do try. And she'll hand it back to Seeker. She's like, okay. That's fun. Take it back now.
Alright.
When you pick Braze back up again, Seeker, you hear Braze say, "That one's in training."
Oh, alright, I'll keep it in mind. Oh,
At least he's a nice one.
he wasn't at first. You gotta get used to him.
Tame the beast, yeah?
Not so much in that sense, but
Well, Ori is happy not to pry any further.
maybe I'll try your food next time you make some.
Well, maybe I'll adjust my calculations and make enough for you then.
You poison me, I'll take your head. Just remember that.
You know, Seeker, that is entirely fair.
Mention it'll be cauterized. Mention that.
Oh, well, it'll be cauterized as well.
Oh, that's a relief, yes.
You're good at that.
Was that
And,
to me or to the sword? Oh, cauterizing, to the sword. Gotcha.
Yeah, alright. He's the one who told me to mention it, so.
Good looking out, Braze, she says louder.
It's important to know blood is very messy.
That it is. It is very messy.
I love it. It's like playing with a dog.
Who's a good
The
sword?
best part being when you give the dog back to its
Yes.
owner.
It is at this moment that Heidi enters the common area. Morning.
Good morning.
Water?
Any requests for breakfast? You're the only two
Simple.
awake, so I'm asking you.
Alright, well, just like eggs and some meat.
Well, that's the start.
Have you got a porridge going?
I just woke up, darling.
Oh, I thought Never mind.
I could get a porridge going if you'd like.
Don't make a trouble. If you're going to be making eggs and meat, I'll take some of that as well.
Sounds like a plan. And she goes into the kitchen. There's still like a half an hour on your watch. But if you...
Nail care.
Okay.
Yeah, Seeker just drinks and tends to the scabbard that he's got praise on.
There's like a moment where Heidi pokes her head back out and says, Did you drink that whole bottle?
Yeah, alright, I did. How much?
Which one is that? Is she...
How are you alive?
I'll show her. What do I roll?
It's a... Go ahead and roll me a d20.
That's a d12. Not that one.
15. You grabbed one of the higher end bottles of whiskey. It went down real smooth. It was pretty smoky. Tasty. Definitely was aged in probably oak.
It was good.
I hope it was. That'll be 10 gold if you don't mind.
Right, here you go. I'll slide 10 gold across the table.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate your honesty. And
Quite a breakfast.
yeah, she looks at you with concern and then goes into the kitchen.
Liquid bread.
He's broke. 10 gold fucking first 20 minutes you're awake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a hexagonal shaped bottle with like the ornately blown neck. It's a nice looking bottle of whiskey. You enjoyed it, I'm sure. I need a con save.
Hell yeah. 10.
You're drunk.
And
take it.
boy.
Make a note of that. You are drunk. You have disadvantage on ability checks, and you have advantage on charisma checks. Period.
Hell yeah.
And can't be feared.
Yeah, Ori is like, he is a delightful drunk. We should get him drunk way more often.
Seems like he'll do it himself.
What are you on about now?
At the end of your watch, everyone is awoken by the smells of breakfast.
Woo. That's the way.
It's powerful. There is the smell of eggs and meat cooked. Specifically, there's the smell of eggs and sausage and corned beef hash and what must be some sort of beef. Maybe it's steak. And then...
Oh my goodness. Lots of eggs and lots of meat.
Yes. And the first thing that you see is that there is a... When you turn around, when you finish your nail care and Seeker, when you stabilize yourself, you glance over at the counter of the bar, and there is Heidi pulling out this large platter of almost like family-style breakfast, except that the first thing you see are just large piles of ham steaks. Next to that are eggs and all the other breakfasts. And then she comes back out with an enormous platter of cinnamon rolls. And she says, would you mind going and getting all your friends?
Alright, I got it. And get up and stumble up the stairs loudly.
We're all awake just from that. You don't even have to wake us up. That's
alright, it's time for breakfast. And I'll just start clapping his hands.
Oh.
Breakfast.
Alright, come on. And I'll just bang on doors.
Breakfast!
Audio will come downstairs.
I smack him on the ass and I go, what up, little spoon?
As he smacks me on the ass, I'll just grab him up by his back and put him on my shoulder. Alright, let's go.
Oh my god.
You hit the fucking landing on the way down because you're tall.
just is knocked back off. Okay.
I want to change any spells.
Velen comes down the stairs humming.
That's right, spells.
And falls upon a cinnamon roll, like...
It is a huge spread of breakfast.
Like, I want a cinnamon roll so bad right now, so Velen is going to live vicariously through me.
It is warm,
I mean, the reverse of
and
that.
the sugar drizzle on top is still liquid. It is delicious.
Oh my god. Sounds amazing.
as you all eat breakfast, I rolled for it. She rolled insanely well. You gain 12 temporary hit points.
Wow.
Even fucking
I
better.
want to live here.
Heidi, how has nobody wiped you yet?
Good thing we saved this.
How has nobody wiped Heidi?
I eat all cinnamon rolls for breakfast.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just
by the
nothing
way.
else but cinnamon rolls?
Just
Okay.
cinnamon rolls.
There's gonna have to be at least a little protein. But
It's my birthday. Yeah, I can do what I want,
oh,
right?
he can do whatever he wants. I'm
Yeah,
staying
yeah,
for
yeah.
Velen. She's gonna also eat some eggs. But like that cinnamon roll is bomb.
Just eat 3 cinnamon rolls the size of my head.
Specifically, safeguards the best cinnamon rolls for Artie.
The middle piece. I want the middle.
Middle piece, yeah.
Just you eat all of the middle pieces out of it, leave the scraps for everybody else.
Well, I'm glad you're all enjoying it. How do you all feel about the food for the party? It'll be of similar fare, but
I
at
trust
least
you
for dinner.
implicitly, Heidi.
That's gonna be great.
Can you make more cinnamon rolls?
It's your birthday. Is that what you'd like?
Yeah. Yo, can I just make every day my birthday?
I could.
No.
I can make a cinnamon
Oh, that
cake.
works.
Cinnamon cake, cinnamon roll cake,
Oh.
cinnamon rolls on
Yes.
top.
Yes, please.
Cinnamon cake with cinnamon rolls on top. Oh my god.
It won't be quite that, but I will. I hope you'll. I think you'll like it.
This is fucking heaven.
Are we gonna go out and go to the temple when we're passing out invitations?
Oh no, that fucking place.
We need to ask.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm
So-
talking to everybody else.
Sorry.
Literally everyone else.
Alright,
I
so
got
can
He
confused.
knows too much though. I don't want that.
He knows too much about what?
Whatever he smelled, I don't know.
Claudia's gonna start sniffing you very powerfully
I
to
suppose
see if she can
pertinent
catch anything
question
new.
Is how involved do you all intend to get in the goings on in this little town?
I mean, it is a good question. We were just passing through,
Aye, I know you had business in Malachor, as do I.
and we still do have that business. And
Right,
there is
the
a time limit on the amount of time that we have
Oh,
to spend.
forgot about that.
Well, we can't forget about the time limit because we will die.
No, that
right in the time limit, like months.
Oh, the dragon. Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
Jack.
like 2 months from now.
It's a
Right, but
long
2 months
journey,
will go by
Claudia.
very quickly if we accidentally reform an entire town and then take over from some nobles and then move
I
the
could be
nobles into
mayor.
a different.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if Artie
Artie
elected
becomes
mayor,
mayor.
that's obviously going to add more
How
time
the
to our journey.
fuck would that even happen? What?
I am not prepared to.
I imagine.
Yeah,
Okay, right. Well, the real question here is: do you really feel comfortable leaving her in this situation when she's good
No.
friends with Lazik?
No.
no, and that's why we're trying to help right now. But
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
We could
Really?
always handle whatever. Okay, so I realize that the situation here is not exactly the best, but we're only a little over a week away from Malachor, so we could get to Malachor, finish our business there, come back here, and deal with all this bullshit that's going down. And if it,
For another month's rent?
well, we've already covered her for a month, haven't we?
Oh, I think so.
That's a late rent. I thought.
But I thought another. Oh.
Well,
No,
the
they said she
guy,
had
the
them.
that
I think
asshole
that they
outside
said
said
that
that
she
he was
owes
saved
us.
for a month.
right. So she's good for a month. And if we
Fair.
and Artie's birthday party will help some with getting a little bit more income in, at least for temporary.
But people are disappearing.
That's true.
Right, we are gone a week. 3 more people could turn up.
I could be wrong, but I feel like we're going to be in this town longer than a couple days. Just get those feelings. You know,
Probably
what if
right.
we do find out what is taking all the people from town? It's usually not like a quick little bada bing, bada boom, you know?
We
It
could
depends
always
on what
bring
it
it.
is.
Well, we could bring it to the attention of the. Well,
A fucking
Malachor.
Google. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't have to handle everything ourselves. We aren't. I mean, we're ends watch, but we're not like.
In fact, yes, I'd say with this group's grasp of the law, I would suggest not handling everything yourself.
if we
What?
I got my badge, but why not?
Yeah.
if we
and
do figure out what's going on here, I really want to get to Malachor, but I I am willing to spend some time here just to resolve people going missing, because that's terrible. That being said, if we get to Malachor and we know, if we find out what's happening around here, and we manage to leave, which, if we find out what's happening around here, we should probably try and leave post-haste, in case someone learns, if we know what's going on around here. We get to Malachor, we tell... I mean, I don't really remember what the justice system is like in Malachor.
I bet we can figure it out, though, once we're there.
I got a book. It's vampires.
You have a
Particularly
book?
with the contacts that we're supposed to make once we get there.
Echo, would I have any idea, vaguely, the justice system, as I travel and am proficient in history?
You can roll history.
I got Dreams of the Eclipse. This breaks down the whole vampire hierarchy and...
Vampirarchy.
Vampirarchy.
So, firstly, the laws of Malachor are not the laws of vampires.
Yeah.
Malachor is
Know
a
that
city. It is not a big get-together of vampires. I need that to be an important distinction.
No.
Ori
This is
will
what
say it
Artie
icily.
All
No,
vampires.
No.
Malachor is mostly not vampires, in fact. Mostly it's people who are not vampires. With a 14 in history, Ori... I mean, you've heard stories of guards in Malachor. You've heard stories of a sheriff in Malachor.
Definitely a sheriff. I think, probably magistrates. It's probably pretty normal, all things told.
I'm telling you, it's just a hierarchy of vampires who run everything. And of course there's little puppets here and there, but...
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay.
When I get back, maybe Artie will be done telling us about the vampire hierarchy.
Yeah.
You hope.
How about we just move on from that then?
The villain gets up and strolls off.
Fine.
Cal's like juggling that black sphere back and forth, and he looks over at Tess, and he says, "You know, I haven't been with you all for very long, but I'm learning that Artie is often the subject of, well, conspiracy theories? Is that the right word?"
Right,
Not if
I
they're
think that's
true.
correct.
True genius can be somewhat hard to parse.
Thank you. You know how to make a man feel good on his birthday, Ori.
That's the truth.
Oh, right, it's his birthday. Sorry.
Here, have a shot, and I'll pull out some whiskey.
Thanks. I could
Where are
eat
you
it.
getting all this?
Well, he's got a bottle on him that he bought before leaving.
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
down. Make it
Yeah.
a double.
Cal, like, does not question.
Okay.
You give me a shot?
Yeah, I'll give you a shot.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a double.
Roll a con save.
Birthday shots. Hey.
Yup.
Are you guys about to
Yeah.
drunkenly investigate Shadowstead?
Not
fucking
everybody
not.
else.
No, I'm good. I'll fucking
Go.
slam it.
Why would you even ask that question?
You
when
take a
already know?
double of some potent whiskey. You are tipsy.
Tipsy. Yeah, I'll take that.
You are not.
Right, pros and cons.
It had an impact. I need you to understand that.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are like
So-
40 pounds.
Mechanically pros and cons of tipsy.
Seeker is
Someone
gonna
just gave a
coax him
third
into
grader
another
2
double
shots of
shot.
whiskey.
You gonna give me
Well-
another double?
Yeah, Seeker's gonna coax you into another one. Right, it's your birthday. We gotta celebrate, lad. Yeah, have another.
Fuck
I
it.
think,
I
I
need
think
him
he's
to-
trying to sabotage
let
your
me
trip
just-
to the temple.
Let me just chase it with some Cinnabon.
Jesus. I mean, I suppose.
Archie, what if people at your party are asking about your designs? Don't you want to
Ah.
be sharp?
Oh yeah, I'm always sharp. Always sharp.
So you're not immediately sloshed, but you are drunk.
You're working on it.
Tess, what were you saying?
A long
Tess
day.
is trying to make him not do this because her ceremony involves him building things, and so now
We might have to do it in the evening.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
then her ceremony isn't going to then she's not going to really have the mechanical benefits of the whole point. The whole point of the ceremony was that he was able to do cool things.
Yeah, I
today.
can always still do cool things. Come on now.
Well,
I'm a
all of
little
this is
favorite.
happening.
Extra well, okay.
Heidi is
I'll
sitting
just-
behind the bar, like on a stool, and sipping a mug of clava, and she says, "You're all very unusual."
We get that a
Yeah.
lot.
Right? Thank you.
Oh, by the way, Seeker still has his hood down, so you guys can see his bald-ass
He's
tattoos.
basically just freeballing it right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Letting it all hang out.
I like your tattoos.
Oh, right, thank you.
Do they mean
They hurt
something?
like a bitch. No, they do. They do.
What do they mean?
They're very, oh.
Should I ask you again when you're sober?
I'll definitely not tell you when I'm sober.
What do you guys think would happen if I drank werewolf blood?
What
Claudia
the fuck? You probably
stares
shouldn't
at
do
you.
that.
He pulled out a vial. Oh, yeah. Oh shit! I forgot. Sorry.
Well, you'd get
I don't know why. I don't know why I have this.
blood.
Okay, why'd they get you
Uh,
drunk if you're gonna do shit like that?
I have so many vials of just stuff.
I think much the
Aw.
same of if you drank any other blood.
Please don't drink random vials on your birthday.
Well,
Marty,
maybe
it's
I wanted to be a
blood.
werewolf today.
Blood then whiskey, never whiskey then blood.
Gotcha.
Claudia looks at Artie and she
Here
says, if you
before
want to be a
liquor.
werewolf, it's a lot easier than that, Artie.
Just for the day, though.
No,
That's not how it works.
this
Well,
is nothing. This is nothing.
Isn't there like a time limit to be
I
cured of
eat-
that or
I
whatever?
take out the
24
slice and I
hours.
eat the ambrosia bread that I've been saving.
I have the ambrosia bread, you shit.
I have my slice. I never ate.
We all got our own slice.
Oh shit, you're
Oh.
right, you never ate it. I had the rest of it.
I just
Okay, you
Wow.
gain the effects of ambrosia bread,
15 max HP or until I lose it.
and you
Yep.
cannot be feared for the next day.
Oh, nice. I
Oh
didn't know
boy.
that.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is. It's like a hero's feast, but a little bit less.
Well, we're gonna have to kick up a fuss at this temple
I don't think I
with
need.
two
I
drunk
never-
party members.
I never really parsed the idea of an Artie who was not afraid of anything, and I'm concerned now.
It's
Uh,
very terrifying.
Yeah.
God, will you pet
The only
peanut butter?
thing
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Claudia runs outside. Just gonna get the
Yeah.
horse.
When you see
I
peanut
don't-
butter, you
hold on,
hear
hold
in
on.
your head, "Hey,
Good morning, peanut butter.
good morning."
Real quick.
Not
Why'd she
horrible.
run outside?
You
I didn't follow.
Right, so Seeker's gonna follow, and he's gonna do the exact same thing. He's gonna pick Artie up, he's gonna put him on his shoulder.
Hits the door frame on the way out.
Right, as they go, I look at
Dang
the
it.
people inside and I say, I memorized silence today. If I end up casting it on your friend, it's not personal. Just a little concern.
No, that's good thinking. That's good thinking, that is.
Yeah.
I should have
I-
asked, for some help with that, and I didn't.
What? With controlling Artie? That's not possible.
Well, not controlling him, but, there's... It's fine. He'll be fine.
Okay, but I'm gonna be really pissed if he dies or something before my set.
He's not going to die. He's not going to die tonight or any night.
Good.
Other than through...
Artie becomes a lich.
No.
I am working towards it.
Today of all days, we have to keep Artie alive. We have to save him from himself.
And Seeker's the enabling drunk right now. It's gonna be fun.
We got Frank and Nemesis just waving in the air on his shoulder.
Oh Jesus!
It was the best fucking day
Recipe for
ever.
disaster.
It is.
Daggers in the air like you just don't care.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Were we gonna try to go to the temple, or was that not a thing? I got
No.
distracted by the drunken hijink.
I want
Well-
to. I think we should ask some questions.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I don't really know anything about this god.
Me
Besides,
neither. Never heard
like-
of him.
It's the god of greed,
Yeah, well,
not a pleasant person.
I mean, greed isn't inherently bad, but
Isn't that, well, the way that this god interprets it, it's
I'm
not.
just
Greed-
saying that there's
greed
lots of
comes
ways
from-
to want things, and some of them are less bad than others.
Can you kind of give us a breakdown of this person, this god?
It's not a knock on Dawes. It's
I know.
it's the
I
kind of
just
greed- it's the kind of greed that comes from envy and vanity.
it's just really hard to not get defensive when we're talking about gods that. Never mind.
No, I understand. This is the envy and vanity kind.
It's like
This
the
is what it is.
sleazy greed,
Yeah.
the lead.
Exactly wrong with vanity.
No, vanity's
That's the
great.
thing that's
I
gone
personally
wrong.
endorse it.
Some wear it much better than others.
Like you, gal.
Right, all things are
He
good
winks
in
at you.
moderation.
Oh no! I
That's
have my
fun.
soul.
Quietly, and also just shakes her head. All right, fine. Then we won't.
What I
pass
don't
her-
understand is that when you're he said it. She said it used to be a temple of Ana. I mean, that is a very different religious order to be replaced by fucking capitalist drones.
It is.
Is that
isn't
what
it?
it's about?
One way to find out.
Well, it's not what Ana's about.
You weren't so eager to go there earlier, Seeker. What changed?
Right, well, if it comes to it, knocking some heads around is always fun.
A bottle and a half of whiskey is what changed.
That's fair. That'll change anyone's mind quick
Or
enough.
will.
I don't
Change it
know that
back
it's
again.
a great idea to go into a temple to a god with which you disagree and just start punching people, but
Only if you know.
I'm
Seeker-
so high up here. This is
Seeker-
lost when I see the top of your heads.
You know, if you need help with something of a godly nature, I mean, she gestures to herself and Cal. Like, you're traveling with two people that would be probably more trustworthy than any of these people.
Well,
Just-
I wasn't gonna ask them for help. Besides, they might curse me themselves, who knows?
I'm just saying, you could ask us.
You want to try to get rid of this curse then? Is that it?
Are you? I mean, you didn't really tell us that you were cursed, but I'm happy. I do have that spell at all times.
Claudia like kicks a pebble.
He just Seeker kind of realizes he said a little much. She's like,
I mean, if you're cursed, I can take care of it.
Seeker totally Hagrids and goes, I should not have said that.
I should not have said that. Right, well,
okay, so what kind of curse are we talking about here?
I don't really know.
Wait, you're cursed. By who?
Okay, well, that part's not really important.
It's a little important.
Yeah, it's pretty important, actually.
Do you know how you became cursed?
Nope, not even remotely.
Insight check.
Sure.
You're inciting as Cal.
Yeah,
Yeah, test you.
Cal wants to know.
I have an advantage on these.
You are drunk.
You said advantage on charisma, disadvantage on everything else.
So you are
Oh, that's true. That's true.
God, Ori, you're attractive even
I
from
rolled.
up here.
He rolled so bad.
Hello, Artie? I can hear you,
Ah,
but I can't.
I'm on his shoulders.
Oh, Test rolled a 20, but I don't know if it went through.
Claudia's not inside checking because she doesn't need to.
Okay.
Oh,
You're hard
Yeah,
to read.
I guess I was paying attention. I should. Oh, well, no, I rolled shit.
Test rolled 20, but for some reason it didn't go through, even though all my other rolls have gone through. So
No,
I
It's
don't
right
there. It's 20, yeah.
know. Okay, it just okay. I didn't scroll.
Sorry.
Seeker's hard to read.
I
Well-
bet Seeker would tell us what his curse is if we tickle him.
I don't
I
even
bet
know what the curse does.
He'd
Let's
tell
make-
you if he knew if you could lift it. I can lift curses.
What the fuck? Can all of you just do that?
No.
It's not just do it. It takes a lot of practice.
Well. Alright, well, I don't know too much about it.
Am I gonna get it because I'm on your shoulders?
That's not how curses work, Artie.
Good.
Do you happen to see anything that we don't know about up there? Like, do I have a bald spot or something?
Well, a little bit, just in the back. Just in the back. No,
Oh,
I've never seen the top of people's heads, really.
shit. And you watch as the
Calling
hair
you.
just, like,
Oh man, I want to be a changeling so
I
bad.
know, right? What the fuck? That's not fair.
Yeah, it isn't fair.
I'm
How
just gonna
does
stay up here
that
for a while. I might
Right,
make
if
you
you want
bigger. Let's go
But
high.
your personal game, huh? Do it. I'm for it. Let's get it.
Oh, what's
Okay.
happening? Where are we going?
I think that Artie and Seeker are doing the dirty dancing thing, the lip.
It's like holding Simba.
Wait, Artie, hold on.
think-
Can back to this whole curse business. Oh, I've had a lot to drink.
Oh yeah.
Right. Can you remove it?
Yeah, I think it just depends on which of us you trust to remove it.
Oh, you gotta pick.
And he's looking. Artie's looking between the two of you, and he's like,
All right, Artie, who do you
not
trust the
Artie.
most?
Who do I trust the most? Tess, hands down. No, Tess.
Claudia
No offense,
slowly
Ori.
raises her
No
hand.
offense. No offense at all.
Those who can cast remove curse, darling.
Seeker.
Yeah.
Did you just go, hang
He did exactly what he did.
Okay. She would look at him and say, I'm not like a holy person or a wizard, but I kind of have a god. If I don't know how much you know about Valkyne.
All right, but yeah.
You could always ask
Can
him
you
for help.
remove curses too? Oh, I see.
No, you'd have to ask him directly, but he helped my brother in a really bad spot.
There's something about you. It just reminds me of him.
Weird. Your voice is very similar.
Well,
Alright, let's get this curse off this big guy. Let's go fuck this shit up.
Yeah. Well, maybe let's not fuck shit up right away, but let's.
we'll do it if it comes down to it.
Yeah, I go to fist bump him.
He fist bumps you.
Fuck yeah.
Tess smiles at this. She likes that they've bonded. Alright, so do you have a mark on you somewhere? That's usually a tell.
He's silent. Do you have to see it? Or can you...
I mean, it would help.
Also, if you're not comfortable with this, Seeker, we don't have to push it. It's on you.
We don't.
Alright, well, I don't want to be cursed.
It's fair, but it seems as though this is a touchy subject. I'm not going to
What?
pry.
And I'll just unbandage his hand and hold it out.
Oh. All of you see a fresh cut shaped in the mark of Saren. It looks as though it is... It's not bleeding at the moment, but it looks like it's about to.
Shit, bro, you a cultist?
No.
I got a dagger right here. Oh no, I don't have that anymore. I have the same mark on it.
Right, we've been over that. I gave her one too.
Remove that shit.
Ow.
Did you run afoul of them? Is that why you were in the woods?
Yep, it's accurate.
Sorry to hear it.
They're fucking assholes.
Yeah, that's a better descriptor. I was going to say something more diplomatic, and they don't deserve diplomacy. Okay,
Nope.
hold out your hand. Tess.
He's like, no, that's a bridge too far.
Tess will do her little, like, Tai Chi thing, and the multicolored Jamino light will kind of streak out through her hands to take the curse away.
I need you to roll me a spellcasting check.
Interesting. Can do that.
Touch the light.
25.
Damn.
Ooh, very nice.
Tess is not fucking around.
The mark scabs over instantly. It's very weird to see the blood suddenly harden. But it is still there. And as that happens, you hear in your head, Tess. Cute.
I don't think you understand who you're messing with.
There is no response.
Seeker thinks you're talking to him.
Does he look okay? Other than the mark not going away.
Seeker, you feel the same.
Alright, well, what did that do it?
I don't think so.
Fucking
I'm sorry. I can try again later.
no, it's alright. Don't worry about it. I was afraid of that.
Tess, roll me a religion check.
One day you're hashtag blessed, now you're hashtag cursed. You gotta live with it, you know?
So dark in the arty hole.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Not in the arty hole.
That shit is kicking.
Don't look.
16?
15.
16.
16.
Oh,
Heimdall.
16.
He wants your food.
Well,
Orange.
why don't I see... Hold on a second. Okay.
Oh, Heimdall's typing to us.
You suspect for a curse to resist even a powerful spell cast like you just made, which with a 25, you put your all into it. You simply don't have enough spell energy to cleanse it. You need a higher level spell.
I'm gonna. Do I know if Cal is a more powerful cleric than I am at this moment?
You have no idea.
I'm gonna look up at him and say, I don't think I have the juice for this. Do you?
If you couldn't do it, I could try. What happened?
Seems like it should have worked, but I'm not powerful enough. And that's annoying, because I have not been powerful enough to remove curses for a long time, and I'm very tired of it.
You're super powerful.
Do you mind if I see your hand?
Alright, here you go. And he holds it up.
Cal will look at the scab and the mark, and he will also try to cast Remove Curse.
Taste it.
Crunchy.
Open.
It's full scab already.
Protein.
Coppery.
He blinks and recoils as you see a similar iridescent misting emerge from the hand, but the mark is still there. And Cal says, I think this is beyond me as well.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Who did you
anybody-
piss off, Seeker?
Clearly the wrong fucking person.
Did anyone talk to you, Cal, when you tried that?
Yes. I heard a woman's voice call me a fool.
Yeah, me too.
Rude.
What a fucking bitch.
Yeah, is that Sarah? Tell her I said fuck off.
Sound sure did sound like Sarah.
Seeker,
Ah,
have you crossed Saren lately?
as in how?
Not Saren's cultists, but the goddess Saren. Did you piss her off somehow?
Would killing her cultist piss her off?
I don't know, honestly. I think so, but she seems to be the
well-
uncaring kind of deity from what I've read.
I did stop a ritual of sorts, so maybe that's it. I don't know.
You might, this might be beyond me, honestly. You're gonna
Can you
insight check this, Ori?
I'm not even proficient at insight, so ignore me.
You're just like watching with eyes glazed over.
And I'm like,
We stopped a ritual of hers ourselves, and it didn't seem to. I mean, at least it didn't obviously piss her off like this.
Maybe you didn't stop it.
Cough, Jericho did get cursed in there.
and
Yeah, but not by
But it
Saren.
was removable.
It was removable, and it wasn't by Saren. It was by one of the cultists specifically. It wasn't like by the goddess herself.
It also was removed with the Greater Restoration.
I was gonna say, I think
Yeah.
Varric has greater restoration.
Yeah.
Not that I was there.
Alright, we fucking shit up.
Alright, let's go. I'll take another shot.
We should go to. Place.
Ori kind of looks about like she wants to object, and then she's actually like, actually, can I get a shot?
Alright, here you go.
Yeah.
I'll pour
Thank you.
some of that for you.
This is my birthday.
Thank you.
Shots around.
Roll a con save, Ori.
Okay. Oh boy, drunk wizard. We don't want that.
We do want that. We do want
do.
that.
Today is the day of drunkenness.
Ah, you rolled real well, damn it.
You are tipsy.
It's good. She's like,
Feel like you're floating, right? Oh shit, I actually am.
Alright, you're pretty up there.
Yeah.
being carried.
You're holding onto
So-
Seeker's ears.
So, does the party head toward the town of Shadowstead?
Yes.
Okay. As you leave the
Clara
tavern.
Fed the horses, by the way. She was doing that while everyone was talking.
We
Okay.
got the flyers, right?
She had some nice time with PB while everybody was doing curse shit.
PB.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I could do the thing in the sky too. Let people know.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's a great
Oh,
idea.
a party invitation in the sky?
What a great idea.
Dude.
Alright,
Put a dick under it.
that whole thing is fuck. No, don't do that. That'll do
No,
it.
no dicks. There could be children.
The sign already
around.
has the joke with the finger towards the ring.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
True.
that's
Already
fair.
enough
that.
innuendo at this
You can do
end.
that under it.
That is fair. They'd
everyone
know
would
where.
know what it was, yeah.
Hi. I'd say at the.
Mm-hmm.
At the.
Hmm? Uh?
Okay. So do you skywrite?
Fabulous birthday bash.
Or are you
at
doing that
the-
later?
I'll do that when we decide when we're gonna. Whether I want to see if we live.
Fair.
Oh,
You don't want to
suck.
invite people to a party that you die before. Okay.
We
No,
already
it
paid
would be
for
bad
the
for
food.
morale for the town.
We already paid for the food, though. Fuck it.
That's fair. They could still party,
Yeah.
Alright.
but no free entertainment.
So the as we're heading towards Jigs is gonna be like, so do you think I should see if they can remove the curse there or what?
Hmm.
With the
No.
creepy guy?
I don't think that would
What
be a
the
good. I don't think it would be a good idea to be in debt to these people, especially if they're
Yeah.
the people for.
Very expensive.
I wouldn't
There
want
are
rusty
plenty.
hand touching me either.
Yeah, there are plenty of extremely experienced spellcasters in Malachor who will not be involved, perhaps, in some strange backwater plot.
And
Alright.
if not,
Well,
or there's an excellent cleric in Endsmeet.
Alright.
Really, we probably should have spoke to him.
Right, well this just happened.
Oh, alright. Let's move. And as you all are heading your way toward Shadowstead, you see there is a third reason why the Halfway Inn is called what it is, as it seems to be at the halfway point on the road from the main stretch to Shadowstead. You see Shadowstead up ahead, and as you enter, this is what it looks like.
Load for me. Yes.
Ooh, new town map, guys.
I know.
New town, who dis?
New town, who dish? It's all snowy. I love it.
There is a nice blanketing of snow everywhere you look.
Aw.
Pretty.
As you're heading into Shadowstead, it is not as lively as Endsmeet. There are fewer people out and about. You do notice that there are some folks that are perhaps shoveling the walks in front of their houses or doing other small chores and errands outside. But the heavy snow does mean that farming and the various other tasks that what crop keepers would usually do are basically moot. And so there are children playing in snow, and other people basically, it looks like they're just looking for things to do, or they're just cutting firewood. So as you are making your way in, the first building that you see, which is this one, it looks like it's a home, but when you get closer you realize that the windows in front, which just look like a house's windows, are filled with advertisements, and you realize this is the grocer's.
Did we tell them about the party so that anybody who goes there will know about the party?
I'm gonna tell everybody we see. Hey guys, party tonight for my birthday. the halfway free food.
A
Party
little
in
slat in the
halfway?
door opens, and you see this really, just really patchy, bearded human man with no hair on the top of his head poke his head out and says, "Hey, what's that?"
Oh, you look like a great time. On my birthday party tonight, free food halfway.
Who are you? Whose birthday party?
It's Artie party.
What's an Artie?
As a me.
Him.
As a me.
You're still on my shoulder, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that's all you are.
Your Artie party is at the halfway in?
Halfway in
Right.
tonight, free food
6 p.m.
And entertainment.
and
Music.
entertainment.
Free food, free entertainment.
Music and food for free at the Artie party.
Artie
At the
party.
halfway in.
Alright,
All
got
right.
it.
I'll
Tell
spread the
everyone-
word.
Good.
Bless
I
you.
like you.
Tell them
Your
to look
first
to the
drink's
sky.
on me.
Drinks on
But your first drink. Don't get it. Don't push it. First drink.
first. Oh,
Yeah.
Start writing it down.
hold on. Let me get a tablet.
We should have gotten flyers.
But I thought Villain made flyers. Don't watch.
No, I just made
Can
Artie's
I?
harmonica.
Can I spend an inspiration on something crucial?
Please do not waste an inspo on making flyers.
You can eat my ass, Simic.
He's literally gonna make a skywrite for this.
Shut up, this is important.
Yeah, flyers.
I want to spend an inspiration on something, Echo.
Yes. What is it?
Instead of just reading the book for her watch, I want Claudia to have made like 10 very crude invitations for the Artie party as she was practicing her spelling.
Okay. Make me a.
I hope you butcher this roll.
This is a,
I hope you
this
fall
is a
off a cliff.
performance check at disadvantage.
Not an intelligence check?
No.
Okay. Performance at disadvantage.
Yes.
Like a 4-year-old drew them. But
Yeah.
Echo, I did roll a 24 on the harmonica check, so I think
You've
I
made
have
a
to
flawless
roll.
harmonica.
Okay, great.
An 11.
It even sounds like it has like authentic reeds in it. It's fantastic.
Nice.
With an 11, you make 10 flyers. None of them are exactly the same.
Good.
They all give the information. Some of the letters are backward.
Yeah, that's adorable.
The ease.
Yep.
Some of them
The
have a
Rs.
picture of a cake. Some of them have a picture of a pie. Is if you
She
were
tried drawing
confused.
Artie a couple times. It's just mostly hair.
I passed some of them out.
Uh-huh.
Grab 'em.
She presented them to Artie when he woke up that morning, and she was very proud of herself.
Oh, could I have one as a keepsake?
Yeah, sure. She'll
Oh,
hand
thank
you one.
Ori
Oh,
takes
nice.
it and puts it in her book.
Nice
Yes.
little memento.
So
We can give that to the guy.
You
Here
have
you go,
9
kind sir.
flyers. Oh, I see. All the information's right here. It's very convenient.
Twist around my all-purpose tool, and instead of Eldritch Blast today, I can have any cantrip I want. I have Prestidigitation now for today.
Yeah. Little
Okay.
And
fireworks.
I make little sparklers. And
Oh,
Yeah, it's
the
a
man
party.
seems surprised. All right, I'll pass on the word. Are children allowed?
I don't know.
If you're comfortable with children going to the halfway in,
Who am I to judge?
who are we all?
Artie,
All
if you
right,
don't have
I'll
kids,
pass
they might
on the
not let you in.
message. I'll send a letter out with the milk boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
sparklers again.
And the shutter shuts.
That guy's gonna be a lot of fun tonight, I can tell.
Then the shutter opens again and says, "Did you all need onions?
Yeah.
We have a sale on root vegetables right now. They're only
Yeah.
3 copper for a bag."
Throw
Well,
a
onions
gold.
last a long time. Just get
Give him
them.
a gold.
Why do
You just throw a gold?
Yeah, bring the onions.
Artie. Oh,
Oh,
Tonight.
all right, that's a barrel of
Bring
onions.
Yeah. Bring them tonight.
Well,
Okay.
Right, that is so many onions. Auntie.
You like onions?
The guy seemed really excited about his onions, so
Heidi
sure.
could have them when we leave.
But that I feel like it's
No,
an
I'm-
important question. Do you like onions?
Probably.
You just-
I'm not 100% sure what onions are, if I'm being honest.
Alright, so
I
you
know
just
they're
get a
in
gold on
food.
fucking something you didn't even know what it was.
He was really excited, so.
Alright, you need another
Who am
shot.
I?
You're
my
taking two
God.
straight. Here, I'll give you another
Thinking
shot.
too straight.
Oh my god.
I'll take
But
it.
have you ever had onion sliced and battered and then fried in oil? Oh, it's
Yum.
delicious.
Oh, I've had that. It's fantastic every time.
I know
Oh.
they're a thing, but I don't know what they are, if I'm being honest.
Onions?
Right, they're like.
How do you
target
know?
I don't cook.
Artie, you are smashed.
Oh, Jesus.
You can't speak straight. You slur every other word. You're having a hard time communicating. You have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, and your intelligence is effectively a 6 right now.
Okay.
Oh no.
Tess is going to be
got this.
following them around, and just sort of like worriedly looking up at Artie in case he
He's
falls
careful.
of secret shoulders, and is like ready at all times to catch him.
Also,
Doesn't
Artie,
fall.
I mean, you already had ambrosia, but you are additionally immune to the fear effect again.
Nice.
You are susceptible to magical effects that cause you to sleep.
I might sleep now.
Okay.
Right, not every time he starts to go to sleep, I'll just give him a little smack. Not time yet, lad.
Okay. Alright.
Do we have the Bjorn? Do we have the baby Bjorn somewhere?
Yeah,
That's at home. Gideon.
Gideon has it. He just
Don't worry,
put it
Seeker's
in his
got him.
backpack.
The Seeker's carrying him.
Can someone
Okay.
make sure that Artie gets some water?
Party
Yeah.
tonight.
I'll make sure.
Party
Right, pot, yeah.
halfway.
Alright.
All right.
Right, he
Party
should
at-
be good till
Party at
we're ready.
Endsmeet
What
tonight.
time is it? It's not even 10
It's
o'clock
like-
in the morning.
It's about 10. It's just
Okay.
hit 10 in the morning. As you leave the grocers
I'm
and you're
really
heading
worried
down the
this
main
temple
stretch,
conversation.
you can see it actually.
Oh boy.
The town of Shadowstead is fairly flat, and there are many trees in the middle of the town, but beyond that you see there is a cathedral-like building. It's this one. And as you see it and lay eyes on it, Valen, you hear... Well, that's quaint.
Quaint, huh?
I wonder how long they've been posturing.
It seems to be what they do.
Well, I mean, I suppose those who are ambitious, I can respect them. But taking such a false name, that's such a terrible idea.
It's just kind of sleazy.
Do me a favor, if you don't mind.
What?
Burn that down.
Oh shit!
You got it.
Thank you kindly.
Fallon supports arson.
Guys, we need to get the people out of that building.
Alright, but what?
Which the temple?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, Artie, if you don't
I
want to
gotcha.
be drunk, if you don't want to be drunk anymore, just tell me.
Ah,
Yeah, you
why are
heard
you
me.
so bald? I'm gonna cast mending on his head, try to grow his hair.
It doesn't take.
I
The
choose to
man
be
of damage.
bald one.
So, like, you feel these two nodes under your head, and nothing happens.
Already,
It's not
You guys-
coming back. I can't fix
you
his
guys-
hair.
no, you
I-
can fix mine though.
I choose to be that way.
Okay, do you guys know how Azamar is supposed to work?
What?
No,
Like,
That's it.
vaguely?
I'm not sure what they are really.
Yeah, alright. Well, we get divine missions. And I've never done one before because my response to most things was fuck off. But I'm trying to be more open to my roots, and
Alright.
I have a divine mission and we need to get the people out of that building.
Alright, so your mission
Okay.
is to get them out.
No,
Yeah,
but
that's-
I'm not going to tell you what my mission is. I'm just saying that we need to get the people out of that building.
Right, I got you. I support you. I come over with Artie on my shoulder, and I put my arm around her shoulder, bring her in. I'm like, we got this.
Yeah, I got it. Fire! I start yelling fire.
I love
No,
Wait, no, stop.
That was no time for silence.
Alright.
He'll put his
You
hand
are
up
not
on Artie.
even close to the temple.
We're not even
like,
close to the temple yet.
I don't want him to shoot. I'm like, alright.
There's like some people on the street staring at you. And
Artie,
you
you don't
hear...
want to come to our party if you're being weird.
I reach up and I put my hand on Artie's back
Blessed
and I
adventures.
cast Lay on Hands to lessen his drunkenness.
so you
you're
okay?
denaturing
So
the
you
poison of the
neutralize
alcohol in-
poison, and that you can't just do a little. You suddenly,
That's fine.
Artie,
It's
you are
all
no longer
gone.
drunk.
That's fine.
Stone cold sober.
Ober. Oh god, the cruelty.
Oh, holy shit. So
Right,
you're telling me, wait, hold on. You're telling me I could just drink unlimited amounts and you just sober me on whenever?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, pour me another shot.
Oh my god.
Right. Well, how about after the temple? I don't need you shooting fire at it.
Sure.
All right.
No, I was just yelling fire against people.
Right, well,
Yelling fire.
Echo, you said the other NPC, I just spaced on her name because I'm a dummy. Heidi said
Heidi.
that the temple used to be a temple of Anam. What's it made of?
It's it looks from here. It looks like it's plaster.
Aw.
You can't tell what's behind the plaster.
Oh no, that makes sense.
But it looks like a painted building, and you see that it is painted in colors of black and white and gray, and there is a painting of a magpie on the front of it.
Okay.
Get him out. That's the game plan.
I
thought
just
we were
need
just gonna
everyone
talk to
who's
them.
inside that building to be outside of that building
Right now?
Okay.
Okay.
right now.
Let's go. Seeker will just start marching.
Tess
Holy
is looking
shit.
at Velen curiously, but is following one.
Holy
As-
Ellen
shit.
has a look on her face right now. It's a little fey. It's a little like,
Mischievous?
no, fey in the other sense. The sense of
A little
like,
wild.
yeah, a little manic.
okay.
A little, like battle lines are being drawn in her head. If she were wearing a helmet, she would be pulling her visor down, kinda.
Can Tess insight this, or is this all?
I mean,
clear?
that was me giving you what I think Tess is getting off the passive insight.
Okay,
She's
gotcha.
looking way more intense than usual. It's not. She's just gone a little. She's going a little hard right now.
But
Okay.
he's passing out flyers to people they pass by.
Tess
She
is
has
gonna
no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
land on-
Velen is really excited to agree with her god about something, and she is committing to the bit really hard. That is what is happening right now.
As you hand the flyer to like one passersby who has like a wagon loaded with wood, he looks at it and he says, "Oh, that's real cute. All right.
Yeah, that's me.
Drinks on Artie. All right. Who's Artie?"
What? That's me.
Yeah,
No,
he
food,
told
food,
me that
free.
drinks were on him.
What?
Also, the food and the music is free too. So please come.
I think the first drink is on
Pay for
Artie.
drink.
First
I don't
drink.
know.
That was just for old man Joe.
Who?
I
Okay.
gave him
Yeah,
a name.
sure,
He
whatever.
looked like
Here you
Joe.
go.
Now it's on the flyer.
Well, free
Would you like-
food's good enough. I'll be there.
Tell everyone.
Can't
All
wait to
right.
see you.
Oh. And you see, like, just he blushes.
Oh, the whole group blushes just by proximity.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's like wearing flannel. He's like,
Oh.
he's clearly like just a workman of some kind. He just, yeah. Oh. And he just like pulls his cart off to the side, clearly flustered. And the
I might come
party
to regret that.
marches its way towards the temple.
Oh boy.
As you're heading your way there, you see there are a number of people milling about outside. And Seeker, you are spotted as the same individual with the half mask spots you.
What did you think was gonna happen? You fucking oaf.
He doesn't say
not
anything
thinking, he's
as
drunk.
you're like 50 feet away at this point. You have to assume he's a cleric. This cleric of Lokir kind of clasps their hands together so their sleeves connect in that weird
I
monk
hate
sort of
that.
way. It might be that he's hiding his hands. It might be a gesture of humility. It might be some sneaky shit. As he is looking at you. And then he appraises your party. And I'm going to roll an insight check. He looks at you, Velen. And he just seems confused by your demeanor.
Ellen grins at him.
Oh shit.
I rolled really bad on insight.
I
So he doesn't know. Like, he just sees you look determined.
Happy? Weird?
Yeah.
Like,
all of you hear. He says it quietly, but somehow his voice carries to all of you. Welcome to the Temple of Lokir. How may we be of service?
Do you always talk like that?
Echo, I wanted to... I'm sorry. I was raising my hand like Claudia.
Oh, yes? Yes, Health Frog, you.
Yes, before we get to the temple, like, I was gonna say, like, probably 60 feet out, 70 feet, I wanted to kind of sidle behind Claudia and make myself subtle and cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm a shield.
Roll me sleight of hand.
Okay. Oh, God.
You do have guidance because Tess gave you
I do?
guidance in text.
We do.
Oh, is that for Velen?
No, Tess gave Velen guidance.
Oh, okay.
Going on
Sorry.
right now, but Velen
All right.
needs some help.
I rolled
You-
an 18.
He rolled a 2 on his insight. Which even with bonuses, not a chance in hell. You cast Detect Thoughts.
Mhm.
On the surface, I'd love to know what everybody's thinking real quick.
yeah. No one is
on
trying to
the-
figure out how to burn down this building.
Or he's like, oh, God.
You
She's like,
you get
she's like looking around, like she's just sort of taking in the building and looking and trying to figure out, well, what's made of that, and maybe
No
if I
one's like,
cast
is that a
Moonbeam here-
structural wall?
Right, exactly. Like,
he's like-
she's just sort of like, maybe I can cast Moonbeam there. I mean, he said burn it down as he could object to shatter. I don't know. Let me-
Concerning. Moving on.
the
What's
Seeker. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, what's Seeker thinking?
The Seeker is just thinking of the many different ways he could cleave this man's head from his body.
Jesus
Nice.
Christ.
Okay.
What's
Or
Tess
he's gonna be
thinking?
like, these fuckers are so violent. What the fuck?
Tess is thinking about Velen and is like, I've never seen her. I've seen her look a lot of ways. I've never seen her look like this. I don't know. This is a little concerning, and then there's like some other concern about this cleric and like not trusting him as far as she can throw him.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Cal.
want to know Claudia's thoughts?
Oh, you're not even there. Whoa, they're there.
Hi.
Yeah, what's Claudia's thinking?
Claudia's looking down at one of the flyers and she's like, oh, Artie's spelled with an IE at the end, not a Y. Oh no. That's all she's thinking about. She's looking very disappointed down at one of her flyers.
Ori, like, literally says nothing and just pats her back.
And then you hear, oh, that feels nice. Okay, carry on.
Cal is thinking of roasted onions.
Sure.
Honestly.
And how pretty Ori is, right?
Artie
Just
is.
roast them onions.
He's still thinking about the onion encounter, so he's distracted.
The onions were pretty distracting.
Artie, what is Artie thinking?
Artie's trying to put pieces together to think if Ori is just nice to everybody or if she actually was being nice and flirty with him.
Oh.
She's like, wait,
Oh, buddy.
wait, does she actually
Oh, honey.
like that guy? On the road? Wait.
Oh.
Does she not mean what she said to me? Oh, shit.
The wages of sin.
Yeah.
As you approach this cleric.
Where are we right now? Are we inside the building?
No.
No,
Oh,
he's
outside.
out.
We're
I
outside
will.
still,
You know
okay.
what? Okay, so you are all basically right here. As I pull all of you yokels down, you're heading down the road toward the temple, and this is the temple, this structure.
Gotcha.
There are people milling outside the temple. You see that there are other people wearing similar cloaks with feathers, but the only one wearing the half mask is this weird, creepy cleric. The others seem as maybe they're acolytes or they're just volunteers. Most of them just look like commoners that have a cloak on with feathers on it. Some of them are cutting fire. Most of them are cutting firewood, as it's cold. That is what you see as you're approaching, and this cleric has noticed you and addressed you. And it is here that we are going to stop the session.
Damn it.
No.
Because we do not have time to burn down a temple tonight.
There's always time.
There's always time.
Or
I'm
to
afraid
throw a
not.
party.
I'm very amused.
Sounds just like casually like, burn that down, Velen. Like, yeah, okay.
Doc.
The fact that she
Alrighty,
just
Whatever you say, boss.
so fast.
Well, it's very like I don't want to get too meta, but it really does feel like one of the first times that they have coincided on a thing since we've been on camera. And like they're sort of coming at it at a slightly different angle, but it's like the difference between being neutral good and neutral neutral. You still have the neutral in the middle,
Yeah.
which is persons over principles and fuck that guy. And that's sort of where that anyway. He's very excited.
He did not specify to get anybody out. He just said burn down that building.
No, that's Velen saying, get those motherfuckers out of there. I don't want collateral damage, but I am burning down that building. And also, Velen is not going to care about getting that cleric out of the building. It's for
Party,
other
this
people.
might end up being your party.
Oh no.
It's a bonfire. So, before
Yeah.
anything else, let's go ahead and get the player RP votes done. Dooch.
I'm
much
giving
happened.
it to the love of my life, Ori. Mainly because of her responses when speaking to a seeker. Just the finesse, the quick-wittedness of it. You play that very well.
You.
Very, very digging Ori.
I think everybody in the party has a crush on Ori.
Oh yeah.
Even and maybe especially Seeker.
The plan is
Seeker
working.
does not. Seeker is stuck on Vera.
That's fair. I've met Vera.
Vera's hot too, so that's fair.
They're so hot.
Emily.
Ugh.
I don't know what that means.
I
You just speaking Goblin?
I know what that means.
I don't want to only choose one. I think it has to go to Drunk Artie. Like, I could not. Chef's kiss, perfect. Could not ask for anything better than Drunk Artie. Perfectly played. I was so amused. But also, I want to give it to everybody.
Hellfrog.
Ooh. This week is especially hard because I really want to give it to Velen for deciding to burn down a temple. But I actually have to give it to Seeker just because I enjoyed our scene so much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Pen. P comes after H.
Yep. I'm gonna give it to Tess because little Tess broke my heart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just seeking out comfort from her uncle after a hard conversation. It was very cute.
Sal.
God, it is really hard this week. But the moment that actually made me laugh out loud was already not knowing what onions are. So I will have to give it to Dude.
Jesus.
Buying a
Oh,
whole
God.
fucking barrel
broke-
of onions.
It just fucking broke me. He bought an entire barrel of onions without knowing what an onion is. I just
Because, like,
lol.
Arnie is giving us like the saddest backstory and like the funniest little drips and drabs.
Simic.
Gotta give it to Ori. Multiple different reasons. Yeah, perfect. Especially patting Claudia when she's sad about her sign.
Yeah.
All right.
He's devastated.
I had a lot of
I
fun.
love Claudia's flyers.
I had a lot of fun running this session. You guys are hilarious as always.
I'm gonna draw a flyer in Claudia's attempt.
Please.
It's gonna be very
please.
cute
You
because it
got
won't
it.
have to be good,
Doesn't.
Can we all
so I can
can
just
we
really
all
wing it.
mention Claudia's flyers? Burning inspiration for the flyers was A+. Oh my god.
Yeah, screw
Oh,
you,
yeah,
Simic.
excellent
That was
choice.
totally worth it.
Adorable. Adorable.
Adorable, so cute. I was gonna give you inspiration to give you like advantage or a straight roll or something,
And then-
but like
And
I
now we're
didn't
gonna
want
fucking
it,
burn
you
down
know?
this temple, and I'm not gonna get to use the stupid song I wrote.
Oh, we're gonna
I
have
know.
to skip town.
Yeah,
Just burn
that's what
down
I'm
a
saying. This
temple
might
and
be
then
your
have a party.
This might be where we're gonna throw a party. I mean, at
No,
least
Heidi's
at
gonna be
least
like,
the
I made all
pub
this
owner-
food.
At least
Oh,
Heidi
they'll
already
still
got
go.
paid.
Birthday
Yeah.
on the run.
Ori and Artie.
Alright.
Hellfrog and Dooch, you each have earned a player inspiration for this session. Well done, the two of you.
Ooh. We're gonna need it next week.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some encounters.
You guys can't wait to burn down the temple. I had this rice in my lungs.
Oh no! Don't die, Pen.
It's fine.
Oh no. I knew there was a reason when I couldn't find silence. I was like, fuck it, I'll mem fireball.
Never not take fireball.
The stars aligned.
I have no fire spells at all. I got Moonbeam and Shatter. Those are my big hits.
I mean,
If
nobody
you
was
ask
knock
Artie,
over a
he's
candle,
got-
stick the whole
Moonbeam
town
does
will be up in
radiant.
flames.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
I have 5 flasks of oil, and that's not
You
even
have-
I
including
am
the new.
sure
That's
that
not
we
even
have like ways that Velen could light.
He
things
also
on
has
fire.
Artie's blow up doll.
He has already.
True.
got-
That is
Right.
very expensive.
There are many
though.
ways
I'm
that
just
this
gonna
could
no,
go,
no.
but Velen wants to get civilians out of the way. Don't care about this creepy priest guy. She'll murder this man. Sorry
Yeah.
to this man.
On that
Don't
note,
like it.
Sorry to this man. I don't know.
I
Right,
had-
this man that keeps trying to.
Good luck
Sorry.
on that, bro.
yeah. I had a great time, everybody, and to those watching at home, we love you, and I can't wait to see you again next time.
I can't wait to burn down a temple.
Good night, everybody.
And sorry to this man.